this guy. I hate this guy. He's so obnoxious.
Oh, get a nigga a jack. It's your world, dog. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
So she sits me down. We have a nice conversation. She tells me, oh, the sketches are great. I go, oh, fantastic. Well, then why am I here? She said, because, David, there's no way that you can ever say the word faggot on our network. I didn't know I did anything wrong. I didn't try to defend myself. I said, all right, fuck it. I'll take it out. Have a good afternoon. And as I was leaving, it occurred to me, hey, Renee, quick question. It's just a question. Seriously, I want to know, like, why is it that I can say the word nigger with impunity, but I can't say the word faggot? And she said, because, David, you are not gay. I said, well, Renee, I'm not a nigger either.
You mind waiting for the punchline first, brother?
I'm sorry, man. It's just that you're so funny. You're so funny the way you take a person's personal defect and flip it around. That's like you pick somebody in the room and say, hey, look at your foot, and everybody look at it and start laughing. That's some funny shit, man. You on your way. You going to the top. You the next Lenny Bruce, man. It's crazy.
All right, this is the Three Ninjas Podcast. It's anime analysis by African Americans, comic book commentary by coloreds, movie reviews from me and you, your mama, and your cousin too. As usual, I go by the name of Domino, aka Full Metal Smacker Bitch, aka Womb Raider.
I know you ain't looking over there. Don't you know I will cut you?
Aka the Bulbasaur Ambassador, aka Magikarp Used Crab Hammer, aka Clark Kente Claw, Dreddy Kruger, Optimus Rhyme, Ghost in the Half Shell, Oscar the Gooch, Space Ghostface Killer, Inspector Deku, G.I. Jimbo.
G.I. Jimbo, he's gonna destroy everybody for you and you and you and you.
Akuma Matata, Mansa Mufasa, Tony's little friend, Frank Castlevania, Master Chief Keef, Barry Flanders.
Idly honey.
We must protect this house.
Ninja Scroll and Chill, and R2D2 Chains. And as always, I am joined by
Has Jones, aka Dr. Duce, aka
what the fuck is wrong with this nigga, yo?
aka Han Solo Cup, aka Bruce Banner, aka the Full Metal Alcoholic.
I gotta have a beer.
A Beyblade, Iva Uzi, Bernie Big Mac.
What the fuck was that?
Tenchi Negro, the Afro Samurai, Black Blast Orange, on top of your big splash. Mace Windu Rag.
You know what I got underneath this do-rag?
What you got on the do-rag?
Another do-rag.
The North End Arena, G Gundam Unit, Ash Killer Can't Catch Him, David Cake Destroyer, Ash Chewbacca. I killed Bobby. Stack Lightning, Jason Bosa, and Wilson Flies.
And also the motherfucking dojo.
I got what to do with Bobby. AKA Donator. AKA the Beta Skill. AKA the Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch.
AKA Professor Sex, Mag Negro, Bizarre Rondo, Super Saiyan Broad, Pickle Escobar.
Bobby done fucking lost it.
Bruce Bay, Cloud Stripe.
Alright, just start the show. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Make me spit out my liquor. Fucking bitch. You really not gonna finish?
I can't do it.
Okay. Oh, my ninjas. How are we?
You alright?
I think we're pretty good.
How are you, Hesh?
I'm good.
How's your weekend going?
I'm alright. How you doing, dog?
Oh, if y'all heard the shit, are you gonna put this out?
Yeah.
Fuck it. God damn it. Bobby, how's your weekend going, man?
Alright.
That's good.
This nigga said,
What the fuck was that? I don't know. Oh shit! I got a message. You can send messages to Skype.
I guess so. Well, I don't see why not.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh. Y'all see it in the description already, but shout out to Mark Cooper.
Yeah, word.
For chopping it up with us.
Yeah.
I'll probably say that again later in the episode, but shout out to him.
Facts.
Oh, fuck. Hey, buddy, weekend was good. Good to hear.
Yeah, it was cool. Got drunk Friday.
What else is new?
And, you know, I chilled yesterday. I didn't really get drunk yesterday. That was cool.
Okay.
And then I'm here, wilding out.
Everything good, man? Everything good with your personal life? Are you okay?
But,
Having one of them days, man?
yeah, we're just going to say yes.
Okay.
Gonna say yes. I'm doing good.
All right.
But listen to John Record like.
You said what?
Nothing.
Put on my goddamn shirt. All right, so
how was your weekend?
Weekend was cool, man. Weekend was cool. I went to a comedy show on Friday.
I went to see Aries.
Nah, fuck that. I don't like Aries Spears.
No,
why not?
That nigga not funny to me no more.
That's rude. Funny. That's my doppelganger. That's fucked up, nigga.
Nah, cause I feel like I've seen his jokes like a million times. Unless he came up with some new shit in the past fucking 18 years, I feel like I've seen all his impressions and shit.
6 in the past 18 years. Damn.
I feel like I didn't heard every joke he got to say, every impression he got to do. I feel like I didn't heard it all, so I wasn't really excited to go see him at the Stress Factory.
So who'd you see then?
I went to the Bijou Theater and they had a Labor Day. You all right, nigga?
No.
They had a Labor Day comedy show, and it was all local comedians. It was comedian Chris Clark, I think he's from Bridgeport.
Oh shit.
This dude, Davey, I think he's from New Haven. Then they had this woman, Shatera, I think she's from New Jersey. And then this OG, I can't think of his name right now, but I think he's been on like Def Comedy Jam and like Diddy's comedy shit. It was pretty good, but after this weekend, after this past week in comedy, I think it's like time to take off the reins when it comes to comedy, because when I went to the comedy show, I heard the F word 3 times. And being on the back of the Dave Chappelle special, I'm like, oh, so this is what we go.
Yeah, this is what we doing?
Like, he said they use the F word if you had central air. I was like, damn, nigga.
Shit.
But you know, it was funny. I didn't expect to laugh as much as I did, but it was pretty good, you know.
That's what's up.
And then other than that, I ain't really do nothing. You know, I got a couple cookouts and whatever else to go to on Monday. So, you know, hope everyone had a safe Labor Day weekend. Hope everyone, you know, you're back to work. Hope everyone had a nice, safe, responsible, respectful Labor Day weekend, including you, Hesh. Hope everything turns out good.
It was.
Oh, fuck. So, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio. Wherever the fuck you get your podcast, we are there. 3ninjaspodcast@gmail.com. For any comments, questions, or concerns, if you want your question answered in the Ask a Ninja segment, you can reach us there. That's 3ninjaspodcast@gmail.com. Also, 3ninjaspodcast.com, where you can find all of our information, all of our social medias. You can sign up for our Patreon through there, and also look at the merch, buy some merch, cop some shit. Shout out to everybody that has bought some merch and sent us a picture in the merch. We appreciate you niggas.
Facts.
Yeah.
We have gotten orders from orders domestically and international, which is kind of fucking dope.
I think we just got one for the UK.
Yeah, we just got one for the UK, Germany, Canada,
Yes.
you know, shit like that. So shout out to the people overseas that are listening to us. Shout out to y'all just for fucking with us.
Facts.
And listen to this bullshit, man, because when I tell you it's a lot of bullshit going on, yo, make sure y'all go to the YouTube and subscribe so y'all can catch the behind the scenes shit. A lot of y'all just stick to the audio format of, you know, the Apple Music and the Spotify. No, go over to that YouTube and see the behind the scenes shit.
Yeah, these niggas be bugging on there.
And even the shit we tell Bobby not to put out, he put out the fucking way. So it's whatever. But if y'all want to see what the fuck we do and talk about before the actual, you know, show starts, y'all can go there. But yeah, man, fucking wild. These two niggas is fucking idiots.
Us, nigga.
I didn't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing yet either.
Yo, this nigga Bobby didn't finish his AKAs.
I know.
I can't do it.
That's
I can't do it.
But that's not my fault.
That nigga said, start the show.
He just said, fuck it. We'll do it live.
We do it live, bitch. Oh, man.
Oh, damn.
All right, so, to Hesh Fu. What we
Nope.
got, man?
Nah, we not rolling with that one. Nah, not that one.
Nah, you too Hesh food.
No, we're not doing that one.
Okay. Mrs. Heshfire.
No, we're not doing that one either.
Oh, fuck. Heshmanian Devil.
All right, I like that one. Let's go.
What questions we got, man?
Siru, this question comes from the one and only James Watts.
I know, right?
It's actually not a bad question this time. So his question goes a little something like this. Sup, my ninjas? I have two questions. One is a life question, one is an entertainment question. Life question. If you had no children, no chick, brand new spot, no roommates, what is something that you would do besides take a shit? P.S. I had to nicely kick a young lady out of my house already. Shout outs to you for that. Humble brag. And the question number 2 is, what do you think, or who do you think, will take Spider-Man's place as like the main face of the MCU in the next phase? Who do you, in your personal opinion, think will hold the MCU together?
Let's see. So first question was, when you get a place by yourself, what's one thing that you would do since you have privacy and peace?
I mean, walk around buck ass naked, nigga.
I mean, I've done that a couple of times where it's just like, hey, I get the shower air dry type of shit.
Fucking make eggs naked. Fucking,
I mean, sometimes, you know.
Make some breakfast.
Might as well,
fucking
I don't know.
Play some video games.
For me, I always put on shorts. You know, I can't walk around just completely butt ass. Like I don't like put my bare ass on shit.
Yeah, me neither.
I like,
that's a comfort thing.
Frequent. One thing I do, in the comfort of my own house with no roommates, no kids, no nothing. I just like peace. I just like, after, being like after I guess living in your parents' house, and I guess depending on what your house is like, maybe you grew up with a lot of cousins or at your grandparents' house, and you never get privacy by yourself. It's cool to have your own spot and just have like peace and quiet and be able to do shit when you want, to sleep wherever you want. You ain't gotta answer to nobody. You can leave stuff out. You can make fucking food. You can blast music whenever you want. Music is a big thing.
Yeah,
for
me
me
too.
So,
Mad loud.
So maybe like I might be respectful to like my upstairs and neighbors across the hall and shit.
Gotta get a dick.
But yeah, kind of. But music is a big thing for me. So I'll play music, when I'm when I get home from work or when I'm playing video games. I play the most wild shit when I'm playing video games. Like this shit don't even match. Just like the shit I'm playing. I could be playing Gears of War and fucking Frank Ocean be playing.
Swim good.
Playing fucking Halo, like, yeah, kill shot, bitch. What up, nigga? Like, nigga, it don't match nothing I'm playing right now.
Girls try.
A tornado flew around. Kill-tacular. Kill-pocalypse. Like, nigga, another thing that I do is I just like leave lights on. I like leave fucking doors open. I just do whatever the fuck I want because it's my house. I leave the water running. I don't be in the bathroom brushing my teeth. Most of the time, I like walking around the house like, oh shit, I got to turn the stove off. Be brushing my teeth all over the house. Like I just do a lot of shit when I'm by myself. Anything in particular? I mean, have girls over, have sex as loud as you want. Masturbate in peace.
In every room you want.
Every room you want. You ain't held to one of them. Just know you gotta clean
on
up
the oven.
mess.
You can fuck her on the oven.
Nah, man.
Turn the heat on.
I'm real particular about
Cook
my
the pussy
kitchen.
up.
I might cook the pussy up.
All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. That was too wild already. I apologize.
Fillet that fish. No, but yeah, a lot of times like I'll just do shit that I've always wanted to do in the privacy of my own home. Like I'll just like fall asleep wherever I want and not give a fuck. Like I'll just leave TVs on and you're like, oh, I'm paying this bill. I ain't gotta worry about shit. I ain't gotta worry about nobody yelling at me about, oh, you don't pay nothing. Yeah, bitch, I pay this thing.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Music is my biggest thing. Like I'm playing whatever the fuck I want. I ain't got to be told to turn my shit down or what is the shit that you playing or whatever the fuck. So that's just it. What about y'all?
I agree with that list mostly. Music really loud. getting drunk whenever I want, but I still do it now. So,
yeah, that too. Yo, coming home drunk is a good feeling too without your
you have
parents
to worry about
judging
trying to
you.
sneak in and try to be as quiet as possible. You just come in like, poof.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I'm here, nigga.
Fucked up.
Yo.
Say something. You can't, because I'm the only one in this house.
I used to love doing that because my mother, I think my mom used to judge me. I
Yeah.
used to come home as a teenager and be
Fucked
like,
up.
the fuck wrong with you?
None.
Huh? Be passed out on the couch in a puddle of fucking throw up. Nothing. I ate
some
bad food,
right?
And I'm fucked up for like the next day or so. Like, don't be coming home drunk no more, huh?
No, I had some bad McDonald's. I'm just talking about though.
Nigga, it was one time I couldn't even make it up the stairs. Nigga, I passed out ass in the air, like on the steps. I was fucked up.
Yeah, like that Metal Gear nigga.
Yeah, I was fucked up. I look like fucking what's that dude from Dragon Ball, the Ginyu Force nigga?
Oh,
Raccoon.
Raccoon. When a nigga died, his ass was in the air. I was fucking Raccoon boomed them stairs, nigga.
Oh shit!
I was fucked up.
Yo, nah, I ain't gonna say it.
No.
Yeah, nah, let's not do that. Oh no, go ahead. Fuck it, do it. What you gonna do?
Yeah, this might be the most flagrant episode. If you're gonna say something, say it now.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, imagine like role playing with a chick from Blurry Con. It'd be like, all right, Raccoon, boom.
Yo, that would be the most ideal place to do it.
I know, right?
Because 9 times out of 10, she gonna be with the shit.
Right. She's like, oh, I got you, fam.
Right.
Turn over.
Yeah. Hey,
Face
you
down,
be freezer
answer.
now. You be freezer.
Oh, these dirty sayings.
Quick, destroy the planet. Destroy the planet.
The planet's code name for that puss.
Right.
Sweet,
she didn't want to come my way.
sweet puss of Saturday. Destroy that planet. Destroy that planet. Oh, what else? What else y'all like to do on your own in your house?
I probably play video games a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I used to do that shit like before my daughter was born. I know my neighbors used to hate me. I used to be loud as fuck.
Loud as fuck. Nigga got the shit turned up to like 60 with a sound bar,
yeah.
surround sound.
Yeah. Man, Call of Duty.
The fuck is he playing? No, it's New Mario.
Right?
New Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Hush?
I mean,
You said music and
alcohol and fucking smoking inside the house.
Yeah.
yeah.
Really about it.
I don't really smoke
No,
inside my
crazy.
house because I'm scared of like the smoke detectors and shit.
No, fuck that.
I don't need no whole building evacuating because I want to spark something.
Fuck them niggas.
You right, but I've had that shit happen way too many times in my old building where it's like, yo, one piece of smoke goes to that shit.
And then everybody
whole
gotta
building,
go.
like everybody gotta go. And them shits was loud as fuck, scaring my kids and shit. And
Yeah.
like my house wasn't that big, so it was like all the shit was compact, so it would like echo off the wall and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And then what was the second question? The MCU shit?
Yeah, who do we think is gonna take the place of Spider-Man, basically?
My best bet is Thor. And I would think that, he's going to keep the shit together. I think, they're going to, they got this Love and Thunder thing coming out. And I think they might do as Guardians of the Galaxy at some point if they don't find a replacement after Love and Thunder. Thor is I want to say one of the MCU favorites alongside Cap and Iron Man. But being that Cap and Iron Man are gone, I guess he would be next in line. So it would only make logical sense to me. Will they make a Hulk movie?
No.
Hulk.
I want to see that.
Nah. I don't think they'll put anybody else in that place. I think they'll have somebody that's already established and they'll just, do the best they can with what they got type of thing. I don't know if they'll actually, create somebody else or dig in the crate for somebody else and put them there, but I think they'll just be like, hey, Thor, a position just opened up here. Do you want to take it? He'll be like, sure.
Sure.
and they'll do that, but.
Yeah, I guess Thor makes sense because he's one of the only original niggas left. Cause the other three niggas is dead, and all we got left is him and Hulk. And I don't appreciate what they did to Hulk too much. So
yeah, and plus Chris Hemsworth talking about he don't got a problem with playing Thor for like the next 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, he only saying that because he cannot get another movie. He be trying. Like, look, he's been in mad different movies and none of them have taken off.
You telling me?
He can get
in
the films,
roles.
but they're not taking off, so he can't like.
Is that his fault? Or is
No,
that the
I mean,
movie as a
just the
whole?
movies. I just think the movies just haven't all been good. Unfortunately, like Men in Black wasn't really that good.
Yeah.
Like if he would,
Nigga,
he
I
would have
told you
been.
that from the trailer one can be good.
No, but I'm just saying, like he been trying to be like in a bunch of different. He was in like the Ghostbusters and all that other shit. Like he's just been in movies and they
I think
haven't.
it was in some movie where they was like catching fish or some shit,
Moby
like
Dick.
crabs or some shit.
Was it Moby Dick?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Stop saying dick to me.
Oh shit!
I just know that like
What the fuck are we on today?
nigga said dick twice in my head.
But he said mo. All right, you know what? Now you got that. Fine, you win that.
After the second dick, I was like, no, nigga, it's not Moby Dick.
That's what she. That my name, nigga.
Wow. Oh, yeah, it's that episode today, baby. That episode today, baby. Nah, but he was in some movie where they was like on a, you know, them old movies where it was like, oh, they on the season trying to catch fish, but then they get taken by some big ass wave and they're trying to survive the night type of thing.
Yeah, I know what you're
Like
saying.
one of them shits.
But yeah, but like none of them took off. So
I mean,
he been trying to do these movies, and so I think
I don't think it's
the MCU is what he got.
I don't think it's Chris Hemsworth's fault that the
Not
movies aren't taking
particularly.
off. I think it's just the movies
Ain't been hitting.
they just ain't hitting, man.
But yeah,
So
I feel like Eternals has a lot to do with what this Phase 4 is gonna
be about.
be. But yeah, I feel like that's the foundation of what the fuck's going on.
right.
So if anything, that will be banked on. What else is coming out? Black Panther? Not so much.
I mean, they could pivot and just make everything about X-Men again.
Yeah, they could.
They could.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking. No, I was thinking maybe they'll use Thor as a placeholder until they get their Fantastic Four shit on the
Fantastic
ground, and then maybe
Four.
they could do Reed Richards because he could fill that Tony Stark role sort of. Obviously, I don't think he'll have the same personality, but he'll be like the smart nigga who comes up with the plans and ideas to help them fix whatever big ass issue they got going on.
From my understanding, he isn't as interesting as, you know, a Tony or a Peter.
No, not. I mean, unless depends. I mean, it depends on how they decide to portray him, but he probably is a little bit more stiff compared to the niggas. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's MCU. I mean, I'm sure they're scrambling. I know that Sony shit really fucked them up.
Yeah, that shit.
So whatever they had planned, they're probably not gonna be able to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, which is probably bank everything on Tom Holland and Spider-Man and use him because he's charismatic and he's the smart and he's like the Tony Stark thing. But obviously that kind of fucked them up a bit.
Right.
Whatever they decide to do, I still have faith in them if they have the time to work it out. As long as I think that's where now the issue could come, where they have to maybe rush to get to things. Where normally they didn't have to rush before. Now they might have to rush to try to like scramble to fix that hole. But maybe they won't. But maybe they will. I don't know. We'll see. I have faith in them is what I'm saying. So we'll see what happens.
Word. All right. So on to reviews. Thank you, James, for that question. Fuck with you, my nigga.
True.
So on to reviews. So now that Power is back, and this is the sixth season, seventh season, season 6. All right, so this is the final season of Power. They wrapping shit up, and we have nigga what? So because we reviewed the last one or two, it only makes sense that we review this one. So Power episode 1.
They say this is a big rich town.
Trey Songz gonna get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I just come from the poet's palm.
Trey Songz got us fucked up.
Bright like city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes.
Yo, y'all niggas gonna stop shitting on Joe. Give Joe his things, my nigga. Y'all gonna stop fucking with Joe, yo. Like Joe ain't fucking paved the way for you niggas, man.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I live, I learn. I'm from that city full of yellow cabs and skyscrapers.
So how do we feel about Power? What, season 7, episode 1?
I'm so glad the show's ending.
Yo, this shit is like
I'm hate watching the shit out of this show.
It's kind of like, yo, you gotta finish the shit though.
It's so dramatic though. It's like
yo, everything is so fucking unbelievable. It's just like the way they're doing shit is just retarded. It's fucking stupid.
I mean, first off, shout out to them for actually going through with killing Angela. So I'm happy about
shout out
that.
to that. So
I didn't think they was gonna. I don't know what the fuck I thought they was gonna do.
Me neither. But you know,
dead. So
when we saw the trailer and we saw Angela in the bed, it was like, yo, either that's a dream sequence or she had like a blood pack and she didn't really get shot. But it's whatever. But first episode starts and Ghost is talking to Angela and he's rushing her to the hospital. You know, she's clinging on her life. The last thing she says is his name.
He ate me.
Takes her into the operating room and you know, they're trying to save her life, trying. So Ghost is in the waiting room. His sister her sister comes and you know, she starts wilding on Jamie, calling him a murderer and all this shit, thinking that he shot her. Now that's kind of the most unbelievable shit because I don't know if I think Ghost would have killed himself or went to jail before he killed Angela.
For real, like I don't know why. That's why this should be pissing me off. Like I don't know why she has herself convinced like this nigga killed her. You know damn well he loved her so much he would not kill her.
Like this nigga left his family and his
for
kids
her. Like he's not killing her
for this woman. Like
who else would want to say? Oh, maybe Tasha killed her. Maybe maybe somebody else killed her. Like this nigga wouldn't have killed her.
Yeah,
you know that, but no, he did it. He murdered her. Like, no,
murders baby. So now he's in the waiting room waiting on the word, and then it comes down that Angela is gone, she is dead, and now he's out for vengeance. All he sees is red. And his best friend, well, former best friend, shot the shit out his girl. Now he don't know what to do. He's in a violent rampage, and now he's just chasing down shit. And the biggest surprise in this shit for me was I didn't know Lala had a kid.
Oh no, she been Cash. She been had a nigga the whole time.
No, she talked like where the fuck have I been? I feel like she talked about this nigga. I haven't seen him.
I'm sure they had to have showed him at least one. They showed him probably
honestly,
like once.
Do you remember seeing this nigga before this?
I'm sure I've seen him like once, but maybe not. Maybe that's just me. That might just be
because every time they showing her, she was always at a salon. So
yeah,
now they're showing her at the house a lot.
So why the fuck everybody got kids? Like Angela got a nephew now. Like, where the fuck are these kids coming from?
Yeah.
Everybody got kids now?
Yeah, that was weird.
Well, that nephew like 5. That nigga like 29 years old. That's a grown ass.
Right. Exactly. You talking about Auntie Angela? He ain't came up in none of the season, but the last scene, they just fucking trying to fill spots and shit. Now it's like, oh, this one got a kid. That one got a kid.
She was spending too much time with her back blown out to talk about her kid. Fucking nephew and shit, nigga.
I mean, even when her sister came around, your nephew been asking about you. Simple.
I'm too busy. Never mind. Then listen, she was preoccupied.
Right.
To be concerned with her family.
So now, what happens next, right? What happens next in episode?
I mean, they fucking... So Ghost goes to fight Tommy in the apartment. Yeah. And Tyreek shows up. And I'm like... And this is... And this moment right here had me was like, I already know this show is going to fucking piss me off. Because I don't give a fuck if that nigga show up. If you want to kill, just shoot the nigga.
Yes.
Kill him. And then say, look, that nigga killed Angela. He had to go. You got a problem? You got to go too, little nigga. Fuck you.
My nigga.
You don't even like the nigga that much no more.
This season can be wrapped up in 3 episodes.
Wrap up in 1 episode.
Dog, it's like, yo.
He should have walked in and just said, bang, as soon as he opened the door.
Yes. You shot my baby. I'm in your apartment. I got the drop on you. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Tyreek comes in. Uncle Tommy on the floor. Damn. Yo, not gonna lie. I actually like Tyreek this season.
Yeah.
Like he's not so much of an asshole. He's actually coming into his own.
We'll see.
So he's not, we'll see, but he's not
as bad
as much of an annoying ass. I still don't like the fact that he called his dad Ghost. Yeah. Like, nigga, I'm not your fucking friend. my name's Dad, Pops.
I'm your father, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Whoop your ass, nigga.
So now,
I still don't understand the gripe.
What?
Against Tyreek.
Because he's stupid.
My nigga, you fucked up my family. Your whole shenanigans got my sister killed.
No.
You cheated on my mom. Yo, all that. None of this shit happens if
he got his sister killed.
I mean, if you want
to. No, he got his sister killed.
If you want to blame it directly, but if you like tether the fucking
no,
wire.
That's all his fault.
It's all goes up to
No,
Ghost.
it's all Tyreek's fault. That's 100% on him. He got mad at his dad.
If Ghost ain't in a drug game, none of this shit happens and nobody gets killed.
Okay, well that's super tangential.
I know.
He could have been in I'm saying. He wanted to be mad at his dad, so he wanted to rebel and start hanging with Kanan.
You ruined my family and you cheated on my mom.
So what?
If your dad cheated on my mom, you be pissed at your dad.
But I'm not gonna start selling drugs and try to be a fake gangster and then get mad at that nigga and try to blame him because I got my sister killed because I was doing dumb shit and then the nigga was like, oh, he might snitch, so he's looking for me, and then she was confronting him like, leave my brother alone, and he claps her.
Yeah.
For over the shit that I did. That had nothing to do with Ghost.
Bruh, I don't know. I'm just
that's
saying.
Tyreek. I'm just saying Raina's death is specifically Tyreek's fault, not Ghost's fault.
Yeah, so
I'm not letting niggas blame Ghost for that.
So Tyreek walks in Tommy's house. The Ghost and Tommy are fighting, and then Tommy talks to Tyreek and Ghost leaves.
Yeah.
Should have shot him
I
first.
don't get is like
why you leave? Why don't you just shoot the nigga?
I'm shooting you because you shot the love of my life and she's dead now.
And it's not even that he shot her. So he shot her, but he was aiming for me, and she moved me out the way.
You tried to
kill me first,
and then, like I said, Hetch was right. 1 episode, this shit could have been done. But then
you would open the door, bang, bang.
You would have had to deal with the Russians, and then it's like, you know,
that's how you end it.
Big rich time.
And then it's over.
Yeah, make sure it's Joe too.
Yeah.
don't know what this new Trey Songz shit is. But so yeah, he talks to Tariq, and I guess they set up something. I don't know. And then like they go to the roof and like smoke Kanan's ashes, which is
that shit was so dumb. His nigga played the Bone Thugs and Harmony shit so dumb.
Bone Thugs and
I miss my Uncle Charles.
Yeah. None of this shit makes. I'm so glad the show is leaving. This shit makes no sense. And I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna watch the prequel because I know it's just gonna get dumber and dumber if this is the same writers.
Oh, are they really doing the prequel?
Yeah, the prequel's supposed to be with 50 and Mary J. Blige is supposed to play some role in it. I don't know what she's supposed to do, but it's like I'm not interested with the way this is dead ass. Like,
how old ass 50 gonna play young ass himself?
You asking the wrong nigga. But this is very, very reminiscent of like Game of Thrones, where it's like, oh, the first season starts off great, immaculate, you know, season 2, oh, it's only getting better, season 3, oh my god, I'm hooked. And then like the more you go and go and go, it's like that niggas is kind of losing me, but I'm so invested that I have to watch this shit.
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah.
So what else happens in episode 1?
Lala's stupid. She grabs a gun with a bare ass hand.
Lala ass is fat.
Oh yeah, dog.
Dog, I didn't know Lala.
Oh no, yeah, no, she had the things on her.
Hey, I didn't know Lala was a joint like that.
I mean, if you go for
surgeons, man.
Huh?
I mean,
surgeons, man.
that's possible. I don't know her life.
Lala?
You ain't see the picture when she looked like a refrigerator?
I didn't think Lala would have did that.
Nah, she got surgery, B.
I don't know her life. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't.
I thought them Dominican genes kicked in or something.
From the neck down, she got it popping, nigga.
You don't think she cute?
Look. Listen. I look like a mountain troll, so this is just me talking. Like, I'm not like judging nobody. I'm just she not ugly. She ain't ugly by no stretch of the imagination. Other people on that show look better than her.
That's a great way to put that. Yeah. Continue.
Like Tasha.
So yeah,
they say this is a big rich town.
Oh, she look like Wendy. Why she look like Wendy? Woo.
Surgeons, man. Cut better than Jason Voorhees.
Now I know why Mello be out. Never mind.
Oh, that's why he was on that boat?
That's why he was on that boat. Nah, that's why he be in the strip club with them hoes. So Power. So Lala's stupid.
Throw that gun with a burr ass hand. So I suspect that's gonna come back to haunt somebody. Her.
So
I'm assuming.
So Tommy kills Lala episode 5. What I'm guessing.
That or she go down for it because she want to act like she being down for this nigga or something.
No, she mad scary of the cops as is. So it's like anything that happens, she gonna sneak.
Cash, go to your room.
And then she's screaming on her son for no fucking reason. Like, bitch, it's Tasha. So Lala's stupid. So you know, Tommy gives her the gun that he killed Angela with. He wants her to go dispose of it, and she throws it in the fucking river.
Yeah.
With her bare ass hands, no nothing. So I'm like, I don't know if you can recover fingerprints from a water.
Even if you can't in real life, you'll be able to do it in the show. Like even in real life, if it don't work like that on the show, it work like that. Where Sax fucking is basically ahead of the unit trying to fucking find out who Angela's killer is, and everybody's convinced it's Ghost. Even y'all niggas is dumb because who else would want to kill her? It's not gonna be Ghost. He loves her. Y'all stupid. And basically, the episode ends with fucking Ghost.
With
thinking
Ghost,
he killed Tommy.
Yeah, he
spit it at it, the whip.
He's talking to first. He's in the car loading up the clip, and he's talking to Tariq, and you know he loads up the clip, and then he goes.
I did like that moment.
It was cool.
Him and Tariq talk. No, because it showed Tariq, you know, evolving. Like you saying, being a little different. So I'll give you that.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, Angela died, nigga.
Yeah.
Still hate that bitch, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. Broke up our family, dad. I mean, Ghost. So he loads up the clip. He goes to the Harbor Yard, and I guess he's waiting for Tommy because, you know, obviously he killed Angela. So, you know, now Tommy got to go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's my boy, but he got to go.
Thanks.
So one of the Russian dudes sends out like a flunky to go get Tommy's car, and he's driving Tommy's car, and all Ghost sees is like a white dude driving Tommy's car, and he lights that motherfucker up. Lights his car up, shoots the windshield, shoots the side of the door. Like, this nigga dead. Like, he fucked the car out worse than like a Street Fighter character. He was lighting the shit up. He lit that shit up and then, you know, bounced. And then comes episode 2 in the beginning, and this nigga's back at the dock.
Just waiting and looking.
Dog, I don't understand what the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, he goes back to the crime scene, and then does he get caught, or does he go to specifically talk to the Russian guy?
I think he goes to talk to him. But here, and even that whole situation is where my problem with the show comes from, or starts to come, because like the way they made Ghost seem he'd be smart enough to find a way to confirm that nigga is dead. Like that seems like something he would do.
I feel like obviously if you let off that many rounds in a public place when you know it's an enemy hideout, you're gonna, I lit the fucking car up. Whoever's in there is dead. So he just looked and you like, okay, so white dude in there. It must be Tommy. He dead. He gone.
But Ghost smarter than that. That's my problem.
Yeah, but how long? You can't go in there, check his post, get his ID. Like, oh, is it Tommy?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he would like walk up to the body in that moment, or he'd find a way to confirm it before he tried
to confirm it. He that whole episode. He's asking like, yo, Tommy's dead. Tasha
he asked one nigga.
Tasha knew Tommy was alive.
Yeah.
Reek knew Tommy was alive.
Yeah.
Angela's sister knew Tommy was alive.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Tommy, and nobody told Ghost. Everybody lied to Ghost. He called Tariq and said, yo, I killed Uncle Tommy. He was like, word. Knowing the nigga lied, he told Tasha, yo, I killed Tommy. Tasha like, word. And then it's like...
He'd have watched the news. He'd have been stalking morgues. He would have... I feel like the way they used to make Ghost seem like he would have fucking... had that confirmed.
But when you let off that many
shots,
you gotta get the fuck out of Dodge. That's what I'm thinking. Like, yo, I'm gonna light this shit up. Tommy, have you ever seen anyone else drive Tommy's car?
Nah.
Tasha drove Tommy's car?
Tyreek.
When?
Oh, that was like once. What? But he was in the car with him though.
But still,
I'm talking about by himself.
But
I'm just saying,
you've never seen Tommy in that car apart. You've always seen the car with Tommy. So it's like,
I
if
agree
you
with
see
you.
one
You're
white
right.
nigga in that car, it got to be Tommy Splackacat dead. I'm assuming he dead.
I just feel like the way they used to make Ghost seem, that wouldn't have been enough for him. He just shoot the car. Oh, it's a dead body. It's a dead body, not necessarily the dead body. And I'm not saying in that particular moment he runs up to the car and opens the door and be like, oh, and I'm like, no. I'm just saying I feel like he would have found a better way to confirm that the nigga was dead. Because none of the niggas were talking about him being dead.
Yeah.
They just didn't say that he was dead or alive. They didn't say anything. Nobody said anything.
Yeah, but it would. I think
except for the Russian nigga, but he was obviously lying to the nigga.
The Russian nigga knew Tommy was alive. He talked to him, and
but he was lying to him.
First thing he says to the Russian dude, "Yo, I killed Tommy. He had to go. I'm sorry." And he looks at him like, how can I finagle some money out this nigga?
Facts.
So it's like, all right, so
give me guap.
Now that Tommy is dead, either you gonna give me $100,000 and you my new distro. He's like, yo, impossible. I can't do it. He's like, nigga, you gonna do it? I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. Like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do it then. And then,
well, no, that deal came out later.
Yeah.
The first thing he was just like, "Here's give me $100,000 every 2 weeks,
give me $100,000,
or we're gonna kill you."
Oh yeah, So that happened at the end. He was like, "Yo, I found out that Tommy was alive," and he was like, "Yo, either if you kill Tommy, you my new distro." He said, "I'm out the drug game." He said, "Yo, I don't give a fuck how you feel. You in the drug game if you kill Tommy. So it's either get your vengeance or you work for me. Pick one, my nigga."
And shout out to Tommy for being a real nigga though, because he's thinking showed up to the fucking funeral.
Showed up to Angela's funeral, gangster like, "Hi, what up, Nick?"
And Ghost was like,
"Yo,
que fue? This nigga alive?"
Yo, Angela's sister. I'm sorry for Angela dying.
Yeah,
anything
I'm sorry. I killed her.
Say the word, and I got you. Yeah, that's so cold blooded shit to go. How you gonna kill a
I'm
bitch?
sorry, I killed your sister. If you need anything,
call me.
Hit me.
I can kill anybody. I can hit anybody you want. I do this.
And then at the end, goes to Tasha like, "You knew Tommy was alive?" She's like, "Yeah, nigga."
No, because she's still mad about the
Terry Silver
shit. Like Terry missing. Yo,
I don't think this nigga dead though. But what?
You said it. God damn. I gotta listen back, man. I don't know if you said it, man. But she's still mad about Terry. I didn't know she was in love with Terry like that. I thought she
wasn't, but conveniently to the story, she is now.
Yeah, now she is like, "Oh, you killed the man. I love Terry." I'm like, man, I'm not gonna fuck about Terry, man. Terry wasn't meant to last that fucking long anyway. So now everybody knows that Terry is missing, and the last person that he was with was Tasha. And now they're trying to find Terry. And now they're trying to connect the murder or connect the missing persons to Ghost and see what the fuck is going on. Reek is a full-fledged drug dealer now, and I kind of like it.
Him and his new Tasha.
Who? Huh?
Him and new Tasha.
Oh yeah, I would so be with a fucking
spinoff
with him out of college taking Ghost spot and him and that chick all grown up and like they the new Ghost and Tasha. I'm kind of with that. I just don't want this Tariq as an actor, but obviously him like extrapolated like a couple years. Like it's like, all right, now he's like 25, 26, out of school. Now he's been to college and he knows how to run his drug empire because he got his right hand man is his lady. So it always work out like that. Yeah, and then Lala is fucking bugging because she don't want to get caught out because she got a kid and she got a whole life to live. she yelling at a kid, "Stay out of my purse!" Hell yeah.
I think that was the first episode when she did that. Yeah, because she had the gun in there.
She screamed on this nigga 2 episodes in a row. If there's a third, you gotta call child services. Yo, Mom, why you fucking keep screaming at me?
Yeah, yo, Mom, what's wrong with you, yo?
Then Tommy playing games with her son and shit. They're like, yo, I mean, if you already got the pussy, I don't know why you.
Because I guess he loves her or whatever.
You don't love that bitch. It's like, yo, you know all my secrets now. It's like, all right, I gotta play nice. Now I gotta play 2K with your kid. Yeah. I don't want to fuck it. That's some shit you do when you like trying to get the pussy. It's like, I gotta be nice to the kid and shit. You know.
Nah, she holding him down. She throwing guns away. She fucking
but
laundering his money. She helping him figure out drug paths.
Now, why does she hate Tasha so much? Is it because she feels used by Tasha?
Yeah, some dumb. It's dumb, convenient shit.
Like Tasha only come around when she needs something. Yeah, like that's been your best friend. She fronted you a fucking salon. Like what? Yeah.
What else? But to be fair, the salon
was through it.
Yeah, so she was running money through it, and then the fucking Serbian nigga came through with the air.
Yeah.
So what would happen if I told you the truth from jump? Like, oh my husband's a drug dealer, and this is how I'm gonna clean the money, bitch. I bought you a salon. Just go salon.
Yeah, but what happens when they get caught and she got to go to jail for some shit she ain't had nothing to do with?
Yeah. Then you say you don't have. I had no knowledge.
They still gonna send her ass to jail, nigga. That's not how it works.
You can't go to jail if you had no.
Yes, you can.
How? If you had no clue where this money was coming from,
it doesn't matter. It's still fucking crimes are being run through your business that has your name on all the shit.
You need a good lawyer. I had no clue this shit was going on.
She definitely doing some type of jail time. I don't care what you say, nigga.
So now, I think Reek kills Tommy at some point because
you think he gonna kill that nigga to save Ghost?
I think so. I think because Reek and Ghost are talking more, and their conversations are becoming a little more son-father relationship, other than like, I'm mad at you for ruining our family type of shit now. Now it's like it's not so much anger based. It's like, yo, I'm calling you because I love you. I want to check on you, and I killed Uncle Tommy. I'm calling you to tell you, like, yo, Angela died, and this, that, and the third. Now they having like these heart-to-heart conversations. Now it was at some point where it was like, Reek told Tommy, if you're gonna kill my dad, let me know before you do it.
Yeah, because Ghost lied.
Yeah,
he was like, why'd you do it? Why'd you kill Tommy? He was like, I don't know. He didn't really tell him why.
I thought he told him. No, he told him because he
didn't tell Tyreek.
No, he told him because you killed Angela. And like, I had no choice.
Yeah. My thing is, wait, what was it? He said he didn't, because Tyreek asked him, why do you think Tommy want to kill you? He said, I don't know. Like, he lied. He knew, because he made Tommy kill his father.
Oh, kill his father. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He lied about that part.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this nigga.
But still, I think there's still a part of Tyreek that's like, yo, that's my dad. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna let my uncle kill my dad. So it's like, yo, before you do it, let me know. So maybe Tyreek gets the drop on Tommy. Tommy got the gun to Ghost's head, and somebody just come from behind and pops Tommy, and then it's Reek.
So do you think their relationship is real, or do you think it's Tyreek trying to just like string a nigga along and play the nigga?
I think Tyreek, like I said, I think Tyreek is getting into more of his bag of like, yo, that's my dad, and I know he still feels some loyalty to Tommy. So it's like, I don't like, if I gotta choose one, if I have to choose one, I'm choosing my dad. So it's like, I don't want this to happen, but if I have to choose,
I think he's manipulating that nigga.
I feel
like Tyreek been like, if you the way you watching him,
I don't think
he's getting into his like mastermind ghost bag. I feel like he's getting into that shit.
I feel like some chess shit, because when the chick was there, she was like, you play chess? Like, yeah. So when he was asking those questions, he asked Ghost the questions. Ghost lied. Tommy didn't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the apple don't fall far from the tree.
That's why I think he really
testing both of them.
Yeah, so I think it's more he just.
If I had to, which one of these motherfuckers would I kill?
Exactly.
If I had, I don't give, I'm not killing my dad.
I mean, if you don't like that nigga, even though for the first
he ain't been liking him for 2 years.
That's what I was gonna say. Even though for the first 14 years of your life, he was amazing.
He ain't been Gucci. And
just because
penthouses.
Yeah, just because he didn't want to tell you he sold drugs, now all of a sudden you hate the nigga. Oh my god, what a horrible father.
Yeah,
I hate the nigga. I'm sorry. I hate how they got there. It's fine if they would have tried to make it there, but the way that they went about going there it pisses me off. I was like, nigga, so what? He sold drugs. He didn't tell you. Why would he tell you? You're fucking a kid and you're stupid. You might tell somebody and they all go to jail.
Angela's sister, a real one. And,
oh, she did. Yeah, she buried the phone.
Yeah, she buried the phone.
Secrets die with you, my nigga.
Yeah. I ain't gonna fuck with your legacy like that. Because at first, like, she was like, she felt the pain of losing her sister, and then like, yo, I'm gonna pay for this funeral. I'm by myself now. I got this kid that I don't claim. And then now it's like, I'm gonna just bury the shit with you.
I think she claims a kid, nigga.
My nigga. So Angela's sister showed up. just showed up, season 7, episode 2, and she's been around since about season 5, 4.
Because he's a grown ass man, and all their conversation was about her taking dick for some nigga. What he got to be there for?
So why introduce this nigga now?
Because she dead.
So the fuck what?
So you want him to be there when she talking about taking dick for some nigga? Like, what you want him to stand there for?
All you had to do is have the old preacher man come out the door. There's no need to include a son. I don't.
Just show she got family.
Shit. 2 niggas?
She got love.
Fucking sister and her son. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm sure that nigga came up before that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch everything and see. I'm sure he came up before.
You are not about to subject yourself to that shit.
I'm not. But I'm sure he showed up.
Somebody write a think piece on this shit because I'm not. This shit ain't fucking dots ain't connecting for me, bro. Everybody got a kid. And I swear to God, Lala, I know she talked about the nigga.
A kid.
Yo, I don't remember that nigga. That nigga looked like fucking Corday. I don't remember Corday in no episode. I don't remember that nigga. I don't remember seeing no little light skinned nigga talking. Yo,
yeah, we gonna make it.
And then if he was in the show, he ain't never had no lines. It was like,
oh, was it like on the show? On the show? No, I think he showed up in like all episode or something like that. Maybe 2.
Yo,
like he wasn't like part of. It's like fucking Ghost of Tasha baby ass baby. She been gone forever.
No,
and today all of a sudden she's like 9 feet tall and grown and shit. Like where'd you come from?
I've seen her in.
Episode 1?
No, I've seen her in a few episodes. I've seen her at Raina's funeral. Well, at the wake when it was at the house. I seen her at the funeral. I seen her in a couple more episodes because when they said they had 3 kids, like, yo, we only seen 2, and then like 2 episodes later, it showed the other one. It was like, all right, cool. So I get it now, but it was like I've never seen these niggas, and now they're just staples in the show. Not staples, but they're like in the show now. And then like I was trying to find out, yo, where the fuck is Dre? This whole time.
Oh, he's in productive custody.
Yeah, this nigga hiding up.
Yeah, now I know that.
Oh, yeah, he's
this
he's snitch nigga.
Mad buff.
Yeah. Rotisserie chicken?
Yeah. Yeah. Seratomus. So
Deuteronomy 12.
So he just in the protective because he's doing push-ups.
Yeah.
So now at the end of episode 2, he's about to testify against who?
Lobos. The Lobos chick from last episode, last season.
Jimenez?
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. But Angela was like the point.
Jimenez.
Angela was like the point person on that shit, and now that she's dead, he doesn't know who killed. They don't know if it was the Jimenez's that killed her or somebody else. So he's like, "Oh shit, we got to go, dog."
Right.
So now we're gonna see Dre snitching and
so
whatever.
Does Dre make it out this season alive?
I feel like he is just because he's snitching.
I mean, when they say he never sees New York again, does he actually come
Witness
back?
protection. What pro?
Yeah, but does he come back though?
New York? Nah. What pro? Nigga, he come back and fucking Jimenez is gonna murk that nigga.
But as much as a vital part as he's played in the last fucking 3-4 seasons, you telling me he just takes the stand and then we never see him again? Like that's the end of his story?
Now, so here's a question: do we think he gets to the stand?
Yeah, he gets in the courtroom. I don't think he leaves New York.
I think
he testifies and then on his way trying to leave. I think that black bald dude, whoever's trying to escort him out the city, out the state, gets killed and then he gets killed. I think he takes the stand, but he dies. Like him, his daughter, everybody dies.
They gonna kill the baby?
Everybody gotta go.
You can't kill the baby.
Oh, they kill babies.
Damn. They kind of making Rodney character a pussy now.
Rotisserie?
Yeah, they kind of making him pussy. Remember when he first came on the scene? This nigga was cold blooded. Like he was chasing after the chick.
Yeah, but that's before he got his family involved. Now it's like
that was before his girl. That's before his girl got murked in front of him after he beat it. He went to the bathroom and came back and niggas came.
His girl got killed?
Remember he was like finished. He just finished fucking.
No, I remember he was fucking and then he shot them niggas.
He just did a combat role.
Yeah, didn't they kill her?
No.
Oh, whatever. Okay, that's still.
I just know his dick was out and that's weird. You can't tuck and roll with your dick out.
Right. You get stuck in the ground,
springboard with your dick out,
bounce back, try to roll, but you get stuck in the roll backwards.
I don't know. Dick is out shooting people like, yo, all right, yo, kill me, nigga. Your dick is out.
I don't know what his options were. He's like, hold on, please don't shoot me. Let me put some drawers on quick.
That nigga was in the puss, heard a sound, turned around, baby started crying, baka baka baka, and then he was talking to his lady like everything's gonna be okay. Holding the baby. Was he on the baby naked? I don't know. I hope not. But I know he was naked. He was like,
was he on the baby
naked? Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. And then it was like, all right, now Dre gotta go in protective custody and shit. But I don't think he makes it out of New York alive at all.
No.
But this shows.
I hope not.
Yo, I be having mad thoughts at once. I'm sorry. It's way my head work. Fucking love the show.
They say this is a big rich town.
I'm done with the shit.
I just come from
the whole. Oh yeah, the Proctor, right?
Proctor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his
the
crackhead, his wife.
Former crackhead. No, she's not a crackhead anymore. She's former. She used to do crack.
Recovering.
She's a crack connoisseur.
I don't know if you could formally do crack though. I don't know. Yeah, yo, you used to be gay. Now, nigga, you always gay.
She's delivered from crack.
Nah, I used to be a crackhead. Nigga, you a crackhead now. You haven't touched the pipe in 3 years. You always a crackhead.
Hey, you.
They put a wiretap on the
on the baby daughter's book bag so they can record. Now, what are they recording?
Anything between him and Ghost.
If they can.
And Ghost?
Yeah, trying to implicate, because they're trying to get Ghost for killing Angela. But
yeah, they super convinced.
Yeah, but is his daughter around when Ghost and him have conversations?
Well, that's
but if she leaves the book bag there, they got a tag on it.
But I feel like
don't they have? I feel like they have most of the conversations like outside in the office. It's never
they
like
don't know that.
Ghost be showing out this nigga's house.
No, he do be in the house saying dumb shit. But they don't know that, and they're fishing for information, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that wiretap matter illegal because I don't feel like nobody signed off for that. I feel like he just did that.
Yeah,
they did.
Duh. Nigga,
Yeah.
it's illegal as fuck. It's like, yo, I'm trying to catch this shit, and it's like I got to go through any means possible.
By any means necessary.
So it's whatever. I hate the show.
Spaghetti.
But we got it. How many episodes is in this season?
I don't know. 8.
All right, so
9, 10, 12, Affinity.
Nigga, we got
till beyond.
Let me tell you right now, I got like 7 more in me.
Oh no, I'm gonna watch it all. Hate watch it though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just hate watch it. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's dumb.
I mean,
you're bugging. Oh, why are you wilding? Why is your SAT score 225 or whatever the fuck
that
it was?
nigga said 275. I didn't know he was allowed to get that.
Like, oh, why are you selling drugs if you that smart, nigga?
2275, nigga. What college you went to? The streets.
Yeah,
fuck up, nigga.
Educate yourself to do better.
So that's it. We're gonna cover this shit as long as it's on TV. So pray for us.
And the next week, Titans come back. So we got something else.
Oh yeah, true. You're right. All right, so expect another 2-hour show. So let's see. Topic time. Now let's see. Now the thing that's caused the most controversy in the past week, as far as comedy, Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones stand-up controversy.
All you niggas is pausing.
Yeah. Now,
you know what's fucked up? The fact that you can warn somebody they're going to be offended and they still be offended.
Facts. He said, if you get mad, remember, you clicked on my face.
But that's the thing is like, if you want to cancel somebody, you could just never listen to this shit again and be okay. You don't have to try to decimate somebody's whole career just because you're offended by what they do for a living and what they've been. You can't cancel Dave Chappelle at this point.
You can't.
They ain't canceling shit.
Yeah, you can't.
Dave Chappelle is beyond y'all niggas.
Yeah. Now
there's nothing you can do to that nigga.
He's not an industry nigga, so
yeah, there's nothing you can do to that nigga. He
like,
walked away for 50 mil.
Like he could, like, I'm pretty sure Netflix looked over the special before they put it on Netflix. So as long as it didn't break any of their guidelines, like nobody was like murdered, like for real, like nothing happened that was outside the guidelines of Netflix. So they put the shit on Netflix. It airs, and then people watch it, and people are automatically offended because he uses the F word. He uses
hard.
He uses it a couple of times.
Hard.
And
like
he uses some
emphasis.
some other language. He talks about Michael Jackson. Like,
how was your weekend?
I watched it. Got my dick sucked by Michael Jackson. You think about weekend was sky's the limit for me.
Yeah. I start here. The sky's the limit.
Now,
that was my weekend.
I watched that shit 3 times.
Yeah,
I watched it at least 6 times.
And as a nigga that wants to at least do stand-up comedy for like to try it out, like I feel like that was the blueprint of how to do stand-up comedy. Is like the whole goal of stand-up comedy is to take shit that's taboo, shit that's not supposed to be funny, and make it funny. He made the Jussie Smollett shit funny. He made Suicide funny with Anthony Bourdain. He made the Michael Jackson shit funny. He made gay people funny. He made the N-word funny. He made the crowd look stupid. He made social media look stupid. He took everything that's prominent in today's news and spun it in a way to you can make a joke of it. And that I hold comedians oftentimes at like genius levels at the shit that they think of and what they can do with certain premises. I think if I think Dave Chappelle's the only nigga that could have did this. I don't think there's anyone else on earth that could have came out with this special and it hit as hard as it did.
I mean, I feel like there's probably other people out there who could have done similar things.
I think it would have been more harsh. I feel like Dave Chappelle was the perfect person to be like, yo, I'm gonna address the LGBTQ elemental P people. I'm gonna address, you know, the Jesse Smollett, the Juicy Smollett. I'm gonna address
the Louis C.K. thing was funny.
That shit was funny.
He was like, all right, he came in the room and he jerked his dick.
And he told you.
Himself.
No,
what's the threat?
But that's another thing too, though, because like I be having a lot of the same sentiments that a lot of comedians have. That's why I feel like sometimes I could do it. It's like, yo, if you don't
hold on,
you didn't hold anybody against their will. Yeah. I came in the room and jacked my own dick. Came on myself.
Told you I was gonna do it.
Told you I was gonna do it.
You stayed while I did it,
and you're offended.
Whose fault is that?
I did it while you was on the phone. Bitch, just hang up the phone.
Hang the phone. That pisses me off so much. Hang up the phone.
Leave the room.
Come back after I come.
And then what we was talking about with the Michael Jackson shit, it was like, yo, Mike fucked them little boys all around that compound.
I mean, we said
that. But then it was like, yo, it's coming out that some of these places weren't even established when they alleged that the rapes went down.
I didn't even know about that until he said that.
It's like, the cameras. I was like,
I already said I didn't believe that nigga because he went from Australian to English, so I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but we don't believe these niggas. So the whole controversy is him. And then he did the shit about the social media shit where it's like, Kevin Hart was 4 tweets away from being perfect.
Funny.
That's fucking hilarious. Now, that whole, like, I love Dave Chappelle, man. And like, he's in my top 5 now.
Well, he probably was already in mine.
Yeah, he probably was already in my top 5. And now it's just like that special put him over the edge. Like, I'm going back and actually like listening to old stand-ups. Like, I'm listening to like the Chris Rock's, the Bigger and Blacker.
Yeah.
And, you know, just Bring the Pain, Elephant in the Room, Patrice O'Neal's
got
Live on Sunset Strip, Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious. Like, I'm looking at these specials like,
Richard Pryor shit?
Nah, like
Live on Sunset Strip.
Live on Sunset Strip is Richard. I'm just looking at these shits like, yo, this is how you fucking do comedy. It's not all this PC shit.
Yeah,
it's not taking the low hanging fruit and making like just a obvious joke about it. It's like really thought out, well crafted shit.
I mean, it could be all those things. I really like if you look at my Netflix, all I really watch is stand-up comedy. So like I like John Mulaney, and he's not necessarily as offensive as Dave Chappelle. So you can do both. No, I'm just saying. So you can be one or the other. But I think that the thing that's getting lost on people is like, okay, he makes these jokes like that. And
everybody's scared.
Yeah, that's fine. And you don't have to agree with it, but stop trying to like destroy the nigga life because you don't agree with it. And then the other thing that pisses me off is like you hear what he says, but you're not listening to what he says.
Yeah.
And then that's what pisses me off.
All you do is hear the trigger word. You hear the F word. You hear the N word. You hear anything that has to do with, you know, Jewish people or whatever. You just take that word and you isolate it and be like, he said this.
Yeah. But you're not listening to the context of it.
To it. What came after that?
Or what was the thing encompassing as a whole?
Yes, exactly. So it's like everyone's scared to be canceled these days, and no one, I guess, is being true to the art form of comedy. Everybody's just walking on eggshells. And Dave Chappelle said, yo, fuck these eggshells.
Facts.
I'm going to do what I came here to do, which was take a premise, take a joke, take something that's going on in the media and flip it. Nigga opened with suicide.
Facts.
Right.
Mental health has been one of the biggest things in like the past, 4 or 5 years, I want to say.
In my life, it's been...
We all know, Hesh. Have you taken your meds today?
I don't take meds, period. Yes, I'm taking my medicine right now. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, facts.
So he took mental health and said Anthony Bourdain hung himself in a hotel in like Paris.
5-star hotel. His job was to go to the best restaurants, eat the best food, and hang out with the best people.
And this nigga still killed himself. And then he talked about his boy back in Ohio that got married in college, lost everything, now works at a fucking Foot Locker, dressed as a fucking referee.
Living at home with his parents and never thought to kill himself.
Never thought to kill himself. It was like, makes sense to me, you know, to a twisted nigga like me. I know that Bobby always says like he comes from like the era of like the 90s comedy.
Oh yeah.
So it makes sense to be like, yo, we wasn't so on edge and shit. I mean, when I did hear the F word, I did kind of like, cringe a little bit, but then it's like, why am I?
It wasn't even, so for me, it wasn't even that he was saying it. It was that he was saying it hard.
No, but that was,
he was hitting that shit.
Like I said,
hard day.
The first time I watched it for pure entertainment value. The second, third, and fourth time I watched it, I was studying it. There was a whole reason as to why. It was like, yo,
when you get to the end of that joke,
it's such a taboo thing, and we don't want to offend the elemental P people, and we can't say this word. If we say this word, we will more than likely be canceled, ostracized. We will be, we'll lose opportunities, money, this, that, and the third. And he got on the mic and said it. Said it mad times. No fear.
And it wasn't even about and that's the other thing too. If you actually sit there and think about it, the joke or the premise had actually nothing to do with the F word.
Yeah.
And had everything to do with how black people are perceived. Because he's like, oh, Karen, how come I could say this word with impunity? I can say nigger with impunity, but I can't say this other word. She's like, oh, because you're not gay. He's like, well, I'm not a nigger either.
Yeah.
That's the joke. That's the joke. And that's what all that was for.
And then another thing is, I don't think I've ever called a gay person the F word.
Me neither.
I don't think I've ever called a gay person the F word.
I just say it arbitrarily for other shit, but I never walked into hey, you're gay, you like dicks.
I mean,
like the same thing.
Fuck up.
It's the same thing with you for mental deficiency. The word that we use for I was trying not to say it, but I've never walked up to a person who was slower,
especially yo, shut your ass up.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Yo, you mad? I've never done that, but I just want to know I mean, as men, we probably refer to our friends as that.
Dumb.
From time to time. I mean, I
get why you
get it because I would feel a way if someone who wasn't black said nigga to me. I would feel a certain. So I don't want to. That's why I'm not saying the word because I don't know how a gay person would feel if I was to say that word and it just I don't know. So, but nigga is if you're not black or of the diaspora, even if you're Spanish, you might get a pass. But if anyone else says that to me, I'm like, hey, well, relax. I don't care where you from. That shit don't fly with me. The F word, any other words, I don't really dive into, but
And even that, I think we need to have a conversation about eventually one day. But niggas ain't really ready to have that conversation.
About what?
About nigga.
I mean, yeah, it's a really nasty word.
It's a nasty word, but we use it all the time, and then we let we're very arbitrary about how. So basically, if you're white, you can't use it.
Oh yeah,
but everybody else can use it. So then, how do you get mad?
I wish we can call that dude that's in that question. I forgot his name. Remember that dude that's in the question? Yo, why can't I say nigga?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn.
So a while ago, we had a question from somebody who was white. I want to say, and he wrote us a question. It was like, it
was long,
bigging us up and whatever. And he was white. He says, "Yo, why can't I use the word nigga?" And he equated to that he comes from the same circumstances that most black people come from, which is like, yo, I came up in the struggle and strife, and I come from the hood, and I didn't have much, and then I had this whole diatribe of shit I wanted to say to him, but I didn't want to lose a fan.
Yeah. It's underscore.
No, don't say his name. No.
Oh no. Okay, I was gonna shout him out.
No. I mean, because he knows him.
No, he's cool, and I've had a few a sporadic conversations with him. He's the handful of conversations I had with him. He seems pretty cool, and I don't think it comes. Cool. It doesn't come from I think first off he's young.
It doesn't come from a malicious place, but it's just like the F word. If I'm not that, it's certain shit that I don't personally say.
Yeah.
I say that, I might say that to y'all, I might say that to my other group of friends. I've never said that to a gay person.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't feel comfortable saying it to a gay person unless I wanted smoke. Unless I was really upset and want to smoke, and I'm trying to offend you.
Yeah.
I don't just say that. Yeah, I don't say that just because it's I can, because I had the freedom of speech, quote unquote. I don't just blurt that out.
No, he's that white kid that grew up in the hood, hood. He probably is more he shooting niggas before you shoot a nigga type.
But
so to him, and they're young, and I think the kids that are younger than us,
but
I think care less more than we care. I understand why he was asking the question.
Ignorant at one point where we said the F word a mile a minute. We probably said it more than nigga.
I definitely probably just said it earlier today.
But it's the thing that comes with maturity, that comes with experience, that comes with just growth as a person. Yes. So it's okay, if you cool with a group of niggas, you can say that word because you grew up with them, they know you. You might be, in their circle. You can say that to them, but you have to know that once you get outside of this group of people, the rest of the world ain't like them. I don't give a fuck about your circumstances, how you grew up, who you grew up with, who you down with, what set you claim. I don't give a fuck about none of that. If you are white and you ain't, if you white, not even if you cool with me, if you white, you cannot. It's certain shit that you just can't say,
which is fair,
unless you want to get slapped.
And I agree. And
in any capacity. I don't give a fuck if we having a. I'm gonna give you one. Like, yo, relax. But if you feel like you have to say it again, if that's a part of your vernacular and you have to say it again, expect a swift slap.
Yeah. Which I also, so it's funny because I can see both sides of the thing. I agree with what you're saying, and I probably
see it too.
And I actually probably feel more towards that direction than the other way. But it's all at the same time. It's like we let Asian people say it.
Yeah,
we let Spanish people say it.
Asian people say it.
There's mad Asian niggas that say it all the time.
My nigga.
Especially where we're from, Asian niggas say it all the time. They say nigga all the time.
If you are not of the diaspora, you cannot say the word.
But they say
Every Spanish nigga I know says nigga.
Spanish people are part black.
All right, but
not all of them.
Not all of them, but
some of them don't claim it the same way.
I feel more comfortable
with a Spanish person saying it.
But I don't like when they say it either.
You know what's the
I don't
ironic
like when
thing,
Fat
though?
Joe say it. I don't like when none of these Spanish motherfuckers say it.
But the ironic thing though is that you told the story that the first person that called you a nigga was a Puerto Rican.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But no, it was a hard ER though.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, yeah, but it's like I don't. Cause I mean, I told the whole story.
Yeah, now you
check back.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah, go back. So it was like, but I don't.
Out.
Yeah. Pussy was fire. But I don't. That's just me personally. If you are not black, even some Spanish people, I do not like when Asian people say it, white people say it, fucking what other people are there?
Indians, Native Americans, whatever.
Native Americans,
Pakistanis,
Middle Eastern. That covers the whole thing. But I don't like when people not of the culture,
Australians,
just because you grew up in the hood, don't give you right to say certain words. Just because you grew up around. I mean, if you grew up with gay people or gay cousins, you can say that to them. You cannot go ahead and say that to other gay people. Like it's that type of thing. It's like, yo, you can say that who you're comfortable. Like the word bitch. You can say bitch to women say bitch to other girls that they cool with. If they was to say that to another girl, they might take offense to it. Us could probably say the word bitch to girls we cool with. If you try to have that fly with like another woman that don't think that's cool in any capacity, she'll fuck you up. It's the same thing. It's like it's certain shit you can't say. You shouldn't say.
This is true to a certain extent.
To an extent, but I'm just saying it.
But I guess my point with that was like I feel like we pick it arbitrarily who we allow and who we don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, and again, if you ask me, do I feel comfortable with a white person
black people meeting?
Yeah,
black
kinda. Like, kinda. Like, if you ask me, do I feel comfortable with a white person saying nigga? No, I don't like that. I don't think I can ever really be comfortable.
Okay,
with
so
that.
one of your Asian homies says nigga.
It depends.
I don't really say nothing about that. Like I don't.
Well, why?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But if he was white, I'd have a problem. And that's what I'm saying.
But Asians is nowhere near niggas, so they shouldn't be comfortable saying it either.
Some Asian niggas is niggas.
I mean, they break dance as good as us or better than us, but they still can't say the word. Like they shouldn't be able to say it either.
They do.
That's one of them.
You got it, because that's the thing with us. We too fucking nice. We gotta start checking people.
I think that's one of those coming into time things. I get more offended if anybody called me a coon than a nigga.
Mm.
Yeah, coon is kind of offensive.
Yeah, it was like, nigga, what you say?
Nah, because coon is meant to be offensive.
Yeah, because we didn't take coon back. We took nigga back.
Yeah, we
take coon back.
Nah, we put the A at the end of nigga.
So white people gave us nigga, right?
Mm-hmm, we kind of like
we took that back. So when life gives you lemons, we have made lemon meringue pie, lemonade, lemon stew, lemon wedges, lemon squares. We have taken everything with this lemon and squoze the fuck out this shit. Okay, is squoze a word? Squoze not a word.
Squoze. That's the name of this episode. Squoze. Squoze.
Quooze. But we squeezed. We
squeezed it.
Oh, that's what you were trying to say?
Squoze.
That ain't no good goddamn word.
It is now, nigga.
It is now, nigga. Squoze.
Squoze.
But I'm just saying, that's that shit we shouldn't be able to say. But Dave Chappelle kind of he just reversed the mirror.
Facts,
like,
Kellerman.
Like yo, it's fucking genius, man.
Yes, it was excellent. Watch it.
Now, next topic.
We on some shit today.
So Dragon Ball Z voice actors under fire after offensive audio leaks.
Speaking of no.
Now, as you'll hear in our conversation with Mark Cooper, right? This audio isn't something that mistakenly made itself into an episode. This isn't something that, that they did a month ago. It's something from the Dragon Ball Z era, which is early 90s, mid 90s, something like that. And it's just actors riffing with the voices that they do on the show. And someone just happened to hit record on them saying some flagrant shit.
Yes.
Saying the F word, there's incest jokes, there's sodomy jokes,
gay jokes, all that
gay
type of
jokes. And it's like the whole Dave Chappelle and the Kevin Hart shit is like, yo, how you gonna prosecute me for some shit that happened that long ago? How you gonna hold me to that standard when it was obviously a joke. Obviously happened many years ago. So why am I being held up to the life of this now? It's wrong.
Yeah.
But it happened so long ago when we weren't as mature and as what's the word I'm looking for?
Socially conscious?
Basically.
Socially conscious and like empathetic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say to people.
And again, I talked about this briefly when we were talking to Mark. From my brief understanding of what people's main issue seemed to be from it, from what I saw, the little bit of that I saw was, it wasn't even so much about the stuff that they did or said in the videos or whatever. It was more so them pointing a finger at Funimation saying, oh, you have this recorded evidence of them doing this type of stuff, and then you fired a Vic or however you say his last name. Off of that.
The only one I can say that.
Yeah, I know he is. Off of the stuff he said, but you got these dudes out here dropping F-bombs and talking about sodomizing people, doing incest jokes and doing all this stuff, and you're supposed to have like this family-friendly type of like environment or standards and practices type of things, but this seemed to have been flying for however long, but you wanted to fire Vic just because this thing was in the public, and now look at this. So look at you not necessarily living up to your bullshit, basically. That's the little bit I seen from it.
Yeah, man.
Which is, is true and it's not.
That shit was funny though. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That shit was funny, but I ain't gonna
sometimes
lie.
fucked up shit is funny. That's where we gotta get from that. Sometimes fucked up shit is just funny.
It's not even the point of that. It's like, yo, we've been conditioned within these past few years to be like, yo, anything that's offensive cannot be funny. It cannot be joked about. And it's like, no, nigga, that shit is fucking funny.
Yeah.
I don't know where we got to this stage of just sensitivity where it's like we feel like we can't laugh at shit, but hearing your favorite characters doing the shit they doing and saying the shit they were saying to us.
It's like, oh, Popo, get the lube. Get the ointment. Or whatever.
Yeah, that's what he said, the ointment.
Best believe you didn't hear it. I'm plugging it in here.
I do have one more request. It has to do with our training regime. Will you guys suck me off until I come all over your faces? Hey, look at those faggot-ass clothes. Faggot, faggot, fag, fucking fag. My son's a fag.
Yeah, I'm carrying a few extra pounds around myself. Not much time to work out. Keeping them happy is a full-time job. Especially that bitch on the right. God damn, you try to keep that bitch happy? It's impossible. I just give her food, I give her presents, I give her rings, I give her any... I'm sorry.
Well, I wouldn't keep anything from my fans. Not even this gorgeous cock.
Go on. Go on. Go on. I was like, yes! Yes! I was just like, right there!
Popo, come closer. I feel my time is near, and I've never been with a man before. Apply the sacred ointment, Popo.
Oh, yes, Kami.
Yes, right there. Yeah, oh, that feels so good, Mr. Popo.
I do my best, but Mr. Popo does not fuck.
You must, Popo. It is for me.
Whoa! What's wrong?
Nothing, Yamcha. It's nothing. Mr. Popo and I have a special relationship. Oh, my Popo, who knows how to handle balls.
But it's just the fact that, people say offensive shit, my nigga. Like, nobody, like, as long as no one's getting hurt physically,
sometimes
I don't see the problem with a lot of shit.
Sometimes intent matters more than what is actually said.
There was no ill intent. It was like, yo, it's people, it's voice actors riffing, having fun, maybe on some downtime.
But then again, as black people, what if the whole video was them just going nigga, 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 nigga,
are
nigga,
100,000%
and then we'd be like,
right.
yeah, we'd be like, oh, these things got to go. You know what I mean? So so I can't blame anyone for being upset.
That's fair.
I don't blame anyone for being
upset.
upset.
They replaced the F word with the N word.
The hard R, the hardest of R's, and then there was some fucking Klan jokes and talking about burning crosses on lawns and some shit. We'd be fucking flipping tables over right now.
Yeah, man.
So I can't blame anyone for being mad about that either.
Yeah.
It's it's funny. It's fucked up. We don't care about things until it affects us, basically, sometimes. So I can understand people being upset. I really can.
I think Vic did that shit.
I don't know if he touched them young girls, and I will not pretend.
No. I'm talking about. What? I ain't talking about no girls. I think he leaked that audio.
Oh, you think Vic leaked the audio?
I thought he had something to do with that shit.
I thought you were talking about him like doing
getting rid of me, huh? How about this?
I mean, but was he around?
What, dude?
Because he was the voice actor for Broly.
Yeah,
How many things was Broly in?
He was in a movie.
Like 3.
That's about it.
Is there another character that he voices?
I don't know.
Probably.
Then that nigga wasn't.
He voices other Funimation characters.
But I'm sure,
right?
yeah, let's say he's worked in Funimation before besides just Broly.
Yeah, because I think he had a powerful position.
All these niggas do mad multiple.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like to be in the Dragon Ball studio and get a hold of that audio.
I mean, it's Funimation, so they're all in the same basic
Right.
complex.
Yeah, it's just Funimation period.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, I think he did that shit.
If I'm going down, everybody going down.
Facts. He was like, you.
Let me find out. That,
Nino Brown, everybody.
That nigga's Nino. Taking a whole lot of people with me.
Yeah. Never liked you anyway. Pretty motherfucker.
Go, Han. Yeah, you have a problem, my nigga.
Yeah, you do.
What?
That bottle's almost done.
So how full was it before I started?
Was it full?
No.
You didn't crack it?
No. Okay. I was drinking the shit last night.
Okay.
With my boy and his fucking wife and shit. It was like half full.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't have a problem. I'm just saying this particular bottle wasn't full.
Shit. All right. So let's see. Leslie Jones is leaving Saturday Night Live.
Good for her.
Shout out to her. Now I heard that she's leaving Saturday Night Live because she's going on to pursue other opportunities, which is like I think acting and producing, and being stuck in New York City to record Saturday Night Live wasn't really her shtick. So it's like I gotta go get my money and further my career. I thank y'all for the opportunity, but I gotta go.
Good for her. She used Saturday Night Live to like boost her up a little bit, get her name out there more than it was before, and
like everyone's
she made a movie like lots of people done. So I can't knock her for that. Now she wants maybe she wants to try to do more movies. So maybe
I'm surprised Keenan's starting to do shit now.
Yeah, he been on Saturday Night for he's the longest cast member, I feel like, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He might be.
He's been on the show
been there for a very long time.
But
forever.
But Keenan has a different set of stipulations because after I think his show got canceled on Nickelodeon, what the fuck was he doing? Like he didn't have a job for at least 6-7 years.
No, it was
then he got that shit.
Less amount of time than I think. I feel like it was.
He did not go straight from Kenan and Kel or straight from Nickelodeon to Saturday Night Live.
I feel like he did, but I could be wrong.
I swear to
I feel like the amount of time wasn't
I feel like there was a gap.
Because he's been on that show for a very long time.
It was like, yo, where the fuck is Keenan? Then like, oh, Keenan, new cast member on Saturday Night Live. I was like, oh, where? I thought Keenan had like died or something. Like,
nah, he's on Saturday Night.
Because we had seen Kel. We had seen Kel pop up in like other kids' TV shows. But it was like, yo, where the fuck is Keenan?
Yeah, he was up
there.
there.
No, Kel just started going on other TV shows.
No, Kel was on fucking UPN shows.
He was on
Disney Channel shows.
On that
what's that
fucking
song?
UPN show.
That show with Flex?
Yeah.
Father. Damn.
One-on-one.
Yeah.
He was on One-on-one.
Yeah. Keenan, he was on Saturday Night Live in 2003.
What?
Yeah,
Yes, I'm saying he's been on that shit for mad long. He's been on that shit for mad long.
What did he do before that?
I don't know.
Damn.
Oh no. So he's in Mighty Ducks 94. No, okay, let's see.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks. And then all that. And then Keenan and Kel.
So he's in these are movies. Television.
Oh, yeah.
So all that was
the Barbershop, probably?
He's on all that till 2005. So he's on both at the same time?
Okay.
Where?
Yeah, so Keenan and Kel was off in 2000.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So then
he was on all that too.
So he's on Felicity for a little bit, Off Center in 2002, Clifford the Big Red Dog in 2003. So he's only on for 3 years.
Okay, all right.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. He went
Yo,
like
my fault, Keenan. My fault, my nigga.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that nigga was on Wild Out.
Yeah, he was up there. This is recently.
Maybe
Wilding Out.
Yeah, Raul.
He
the reunion
was on there
show.
for a
It
little
says
bit.
2005 and then 2018, so he was there and then he came back.
Yeah.
Yo,
Crank Anchors.
Mr. Thompson. My bad.
But I feel like Keenan's about to get off that shit because he doing the shit with all that. He's
Producing
yeah,
new season and shit.
Yeah, but when's that shit supposed to air though?
I
It's
don't know.
already on. It's on there. It's already on back on the air.
Yeah.
It's already on the air?
It's been on there. Obviously, we're not the target demographic for that show anymore.
Yeah, because I didn't know that shit was on TV. I guess I'm not a kid anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know that
And
shit.
I don't know how well it's doing, but it is.
It can't
is
be
back.
doing that well.
It is back.
It's bad?
Back.
Oh, back.
Back.
Oh,
back.
okay.
Is what I'll say.
All right. But shout out to Leslie Jones though.
Yeah, shout out to her. I
what
think
everybody
she's
does.
pretty funny. I think
trying.
I saw she has a stand up on Netflix and she's pretty funny.
Yeah.
She has a stand up on Netflix?
I don't think it was like a Netflix special. I think it was one of them things where they're like she shot a special and then they just happened to have it on Netflix. Like
shit.
they show it wasn't like specifically for Netflix.
I go check that out.
Yeah, no, it's pretty funny. It's
So
funny.
let's see. Mortal Kombat film cast Chin Han as Shang Tsung and Bobby Lewis.
What was his name?
Hiroyuki?
Hiroyuki. It's another. All right.
As Scorpion.
What? 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 You gotta say Japanese names like Japanese people. It don't sound cool. Yes, you do. It don't sound cool.
Bobby, I'm not.
You know Sasuke.
Hiroyuki.
They just say Sasuke. That sound whack, man. Sasuke. Like, yeah, see that? Akuma.
But it be me, right?
What? You gotta
But it
say
be
it
me?
like that.
No, we are all collectively retarded.
Okay. Okay. It's like it's all right. So this is like the Joe Budden podcast and the industry rankings.
Yeah.
This is the wild rankings. Like
Nah,
it's,
for
it
real.
be me. Like we gotta redo the wild rankings.
I'm definitely last in the wild ranking.
You say that, but I'm okay. Then I'm Joe right now because I think you Rory, nigga. I think you number one.
I'm number one.
Yes.
Yeah, you be saying some slick
You
shit.
be saying
nigga.
some shit. It just don't go. It just be going under the radar.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah, it's a
that's-
party. That shit. Nigga.
But the mere fact is, I'm trying to be the saving grace. But
you ain't saving shit.
But maybe I should stop. If I rewind this shit and hear that you said that word,
Oh, no, I said it.
You're number one.
I definitely said it.
He definitely said.
Oh no, I definitely said it.
And I told him before we start. You
should've-
heard me. I said, "Yo, Hesh, please no F words."
You should have said it to me. I've been good the whole time, and then you said it, and then I think it was in the back of my head.
We talked about it
Yeah.
with homie. We got 2 topics where the F word came up. I'm like, yo, before we get to the joint,
Yeah, it just
Chill.
slipped out. It was old school habits. I got loose. Shorty got loose.
oh, we fucking lose. Fuck. But Mortal Kombat, I don't know who these actors are. But
Me
shout
neither,
out to
but-
them.
No. Chin Han was in. He was in the Batman movies. He was the accountant.
He was a lawyer.
He was the
Oh,
accountant. Him. No.
He's Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
Your soul is mine, and your taxes are done.
And Hiroyuki, he was in Endgame. He was the one Ronan killed. And he was in
Ronan?
the Wolverine. The Wolverine.
Oh,
He was in the Wolverine.
oh, I know who he's talking about. He was damn. What the fuck was
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
he in? Yeah, nah,
Yeah.
Sean Paul.
Fucks with it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
A Scorpion. So that means they were actually going to see their faces.
Yeah.
I'm assuming so. Or not, they'd be like,
But Scorpion is a hell demon, so it's like.
but he got a face.
You got to see his.
Hell, demons have faces.
Oh yeah, because I whooped y'all niggas' ass with that nigga. Remember that?
Oh, that's what we doing?
Remember the wet and wavy nigga? Wet and wavy nigga.
You don't want to bring back this fucking. What did I win? Street Fighter?
Yo, nigga, let's go.
What was it?
I don't even know what I won in it, but I won it.
Nah, he was. Hatch was whooping my ass at Street Fighter.
Yeah, so you want to bring back the Strike Fighter, nigga?
We can bring back the Street Fighter.
Oh,
yo.
Marvel vs. Capcom. Let's do that,
that's what it
nigga.
was.
Yo.
You gonna take you for a ride, no homo.
I love this show.
I don't even think you can say that, nigga. They get
What?
offended when you say that. No homo.
Nah,
They
no
get-
homo. Nah, you can
They
say
get
no
offended when
homo.
you say that.
Nah, I just don't like how you say he gonna take me for a ride. And then pause and say no homo.
All right. Good casting so far.
Yeah, good
The
casting.
only person I don't like is the dude they picked to play Jax because this nigga ain't got no neck. Like his neck.
Oh, that's
he mad
fucking,
buff.
They picked
dude
Jimmy
from True Blood.
Yeah, because that nigga. Y'all just picking buff niggas
Yeah,
because they
but
buff.
he got to work out his neck because his neck is like mad small. But
All right, so low hanging fruit joke is how you work out your neck.
Okay.
How you work out your neck?
Man, you gotta. I don't know. What
Shrugs do shoulders, nigga.
Shit.
I don't know. Whatever Floyd Mayweather be doing with his neck, you gotta
go hit him Nelly or
so
some
Matt
shit.
Groening says a pool will not be written out of The Simpsons. That's right. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Tired of pussy shit. Nigga, stop being pussy. He better be fucking Quickie Mart manager. He better still have that motherfucker with all 9 of his kids.
Who needs the Quickie Mart? I do.
That's still the funniest intro ever.
Now,
random as fuck.
They were gonna write him out because of some backlash with Middle Eastern people.
Yeah.
So now Matt Groening doubled down and said, "Hey, we're not taking him out. We're not writing him out of The Simpsons. He's still gonna own the Quickie Mart. Fuck all y'all." And I like this type of energy. I'm with all this shit.
Yeah, I'm with the shits.
Yeah.
Let's see. Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker footage.
I didn't really show a lot. It was a lot of old school, like
it was
nostalgia shit. Mm-hmm. And at the end, the only really shit they showed was C-3PO had red eyes for whatever reason.
The evil,
I guess. Facts would make sense. And then Rey is a scythe.
And they got a virus or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He got. Never mind. He got a virus. he was skin to skin in it. He got the herpes.
Oh, skin to skin robot herpes. Jeez.
And then Rey is a Sith, or she had a forced dream, or who knows what the fuck it is.
I think it's a vision, and they just
got Matrix herpes.
Robot herpes.
Got Matrix 100100002. Ah! The fuck is this 2 here?
It's no longer binary, nigga.
It's no longer binary. Oh fuck. I'm sorry, Bobby. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the big things is
put these headphones back on.
One of the things that's crazy about it is that people are forming theories, and I think that's why they threw it out. I know it's a vision, but I feel like they just threw that shit out to get people hype and to have people with these Star Wars theories, because that's a big thing.
Which is the point.
Yeah, but everybody knows it's a fucking vision. Why would you do that?
Well,
if it's really a part of the story, I'm gonna be mad as fuck as it is, because why would you show me that?
Well, I know. I guess I did see something where it was a theory, obviously, where it kind of like it makes sense how I guess Palpatine obviously is somehow connected on this. He had a bunch of contingency plans for after he died, and he like laid it. That's like factual canon shit. Like he has a bunch of contingency plans all over the place. So they're saying that maybe Rey is either Palpatine manipulating the Force to make himself a new body-ish type of thing, or manipulating life, because he talked about that shit in the prequels. So that's why Rey might be like either, or she's like a clone of Palpatine. And then if you look at the name, it's the Rise of Skywalker. Basically, it's showing, and if you watch the movies through the 2 movies, Kylo has been struggling with staying on the side of the Sith, and he might actually turn up and end up being the Jedi, and she might end up being the Sith, and it's the Rise of Skywalker because he goes from being a Sith to actual Jedi, and it's him growing and evolving and becoming a good person. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just saying that is a thing. What happened? Wow. We busted open for the goo.
Good choice of words.
Oh, that's what nigga. I could tell that's a pussy wow.
So, are we done talking about?
Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, we done. Star Wars. Star Wars.
So Disney's predictions for Disney Plus is 60 to 90 million subscribers.
Sounds about right.
Now, all right, Disney, y'all gotta relax. That's like the chick with the big ass saying, "I know you want to fuck me, bitch." So you ain't gotta tell everybody. Don't be over here projecting like, "Oh, you gonna get 60 to 90 million subscribers." But what if you put that number out and you don't get that much when it comes out?
Oh, they gotta.
So now,
I don't see why they wouldn't.
What are you basing these numbers on? You
probably
this off like lip service and people just being excited for the app, or are you basing this off like actual statistics?
Probably a combination of all that. Whatever Netflix's numbers are, whatever Hulu's number probably already are.
Yeah.
Plus what they have, and like, okay, well, this is this
Yeah, but
many people
Disney
doing that.
take into account that they coming out during the holiday season.
That's probably more of a reason for them to get. It's fucking
why would that
$10.
You can't wrap that up. What the fuck? What are you talking about?
It's not a gift. You're just gonna buy it and watch Disney movies over the holiday.
Man, fuck that. That's not a fucking present.
You're gonna watch Homeward Bound with your baby snuggled up, drinking fucking hot cocoa with marshmallows in it, nigga, with a blanket and a fire going.
Jesus Christ. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Netflix has hit a new milestone of 5 billion when it comes to DVD deliveries.
Who the fuck is still fucking getting DVDs? Nigga?
Tried to told you didn't heard me.
No, I did not hear you.
I was like, yo, niggas still get DVDs in the mail. And it's a lot of old people. It's a lot of older people that still request DVDs in the mail. They don't like all this technology shit. They only got technology because somebody bought it for them. They still get TV guys in the mail. They still have the TV with the big back.
The big back TV.
Like, it's not uncommon for people to still get DVDs in the mail. Some people don't like the streaming service. It's like, yo, I don't have all this high-tech shit. I just want to get some DVD in the mail, some shit I want to watch and send it back. I don't like all this hustle and bustle of knowing what button to press and what to do and this, that, and the third. I just like to get my shit in the mail, put it in, and then it plays, and then I send it back when I don't want it.
I don't even know the last time I touched a DVD, nigga.
Huh?
I don't even know when was the last time I touched a DVD.
You right. No, I'm lying. I watched MFKZ on DVD.
On Dava?
Yeah, I got it from Amazon. I just ordered it on DVD.
Fucking.
But let's see. On to gaming. Telltale Games is being revived. They were bought by who? I forgot.
It was some. Fuck, I was just watching. I don't know. It's a small company that has nothing to do with them, and it's two niggas that have nothing to do with the old company. They're not. It's not even. They're just basically. Basically, it's like what happened with THQ. THQ used to be like a mid-tier company. They made like Saints Row and some other shit, and their company went under, and they got bought by Nordic, and they made THQ Nordic. It's not really the same company. Same thing with Telltale. It's not the same company. It's two other niggas that had nothing to do with anything that happened with Telltale. The only good/bad thing is that they are offering freelance positions to some of the people that used to work at Telltale.
Right.
But freelance is that you get paid by the day, you don't get any benefit. It's not really that great. But it's just basically it's niggas who brought the name so they could use the word Telltale and some of the properties that the Telltale owns so that we might still get some games. So like no Walking Dead, because Skybound has that now, but we could still probably get Batman and Guardians of the Galaxy and maybe the Borderlands one they're working on, or the Minecraft stuff, Wolf Among Us, shit like that. So it's just basically a company.
Season 3.
Yeah. Well, season 2 for Wolf Among Us.
I thought she had 2 seasons.
I only had 1, and it was amazing, and I was very sad that they were
Man, what if it the same company? I don't know.
Yeah, so far there's nobody really that's involved with the old shit involved with this.
Yeah,
so we'll see what so we'll see what happens with that. It's cool because I did like some of the properties that they made. Obviously, Wolf Among Us I really enjoyed. Walking Dead, but obviously that's Skybound now. Yeah. Borderlands, for all intents and purposes, is supposed to be really good. I never played it, but it's supposed to be really, really good. So I like the idea of them. I don't like that they're only offering freelance jobs to the people who used to work there because they got fucked. They was like, oh, today's Tuesday. Oh, our company's closed down. Bye. No severance, no health insurance. Yeah. So I don't like the fact that they're only getting like freelance positions. That part I don't like, but the idea of them continuing the company is like it's a business move. There's some name value there, so they can maybe make some money. So I don't blame them for buying it and bringing it back.
Okay. All right. So Aladdin and Lion King are getting remastered for Xbox, PS4, and Switch. This is the worst marketing campaign I have ever seen. Because I'm not paying for some shit I know I can't beat.
So
you out your motherfucking mind if you think I'm playing Aladdin or Lion King.
You not buying it, but some other nigga will.
Yeah, you know what kind of feature they got on it? They got the reverse feature now.
Oh, right? So you can back up some when you die.
Back up now.
Oh, so you might be able to beat it, nigga.
Man.
You can cheat
That's
the beat.
Fucking cheating.
Yeah.
You can cheat the beat.
Cheating.
Like, never mind.
Cheat the beat. Cheat the beat.
Yo, sometimes you gotta cheat on these hoes. Like, don't look at me, nigga. Don't look at me,
I'm
nigga.
not buying this. Yo, if this shit is just digitally remastered and the buttons are just to accommodate the newer gen system, I'm not buying this shit.
So it's not about you. It's about some young nigga who just saw Aladdin with Will Smith and like, oh, well, they got a game? I'm playing this shit.
I would hope before they bought some shit, they would, even if it's like some younger people, I would hope that they would ask their parents, be like, yo, I want to buy Aladdin and Lion King just because they came out in theaters. Oh, they got a game I want to buy. It was like, no.
What I say last week? Niggas got kids and niggas
You won't get past level 3 and I'm not spending $29.99 on this shit. You fucking bugging.
Niggas got kids and niggas kids is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna make mad fucking money. I want to see that. Yeah, they gonna make mad fucking
guap.
Yeah, but this
and it's nostalgia, and
they're gonna remaster everything then.
And it's a nostalgia thing, and Disney's big.
It could
blah,
be a good
blah,
or
blah.
bad thing.
They gonna remaster Hercules.
Hercules.
I hate that game. You know why I fucking hate that game?
Did I beat that game?
I think that was that for PlayStation?
I never played it, but
I think it was. Yeah, I hate that fucking game. You know why? Because when you get to the last level, they don't let you play it unless you get all the shit. And I rented that game too. I was like, man,
don't you gotta collect some shit with the eyes or something?
Yeah, some bullshit,
some
man.
dumb shit.
Never beat that game before. Never got to the last levels.
Beat that pussy.
Sick of shit.
Sick of shit.
So let's see. YouTubers Angry Joe, The Quartering, and Young Ye mislead fans on NBA 2K's triple threat mode.
Yeah. What the?
Oh shit.
So what we name this episode before we leave?
I thought it was Squalls, but we might have to change that.
I thought it was Cheat the Beat, probably.
Oh, Cheat the
I don't know that. There's two of them that's up for real.
Fucking So YouTubers is wild and talking about in 2K they got some gambling aspect when these people have never played 2K in their life and don't know what triple threat means when it comes to the slot machine. So the whole thing was that Angry Joe has saw some screenshot for 2K20 where they had this slot machine thing for triple threat. Triple threat has to do with my team, and it's a 3v3 aspect of the game where you can play online and offline. And what that does is basically give you my team points, or it gives you something else. I forgot.
It's like the cars and shit. That basically the characters and shit.
Yeah, cars and characters and like free my team points and shit like that. And people thought that you were actually gambling on there for like free money. And this is when people jump the gun too early and they want to be the first on the story and they don't do their research on it. Like they just like go on with their harebrained schemes of like, oh, what it might be and what it looks like when you just take a, that first glance at it, but they haven't done the research or played 2K. And this is the problem with a lot of shit, because y'all be reporting on a lot of shit that y'all don't know about. And they just turned out to be wrong, and now they got this whole YouTube community mad at them for basically spreading this lie, because Angry Joe's a big YouTuber. I don't know about Young Ye.
They all are. Young Ye is he's an Asian dude.
Obviously.
I know, but it could have been Young Ye.
No,
like it could have young money. Like it could have been like that.
I thought you might have missed the U, but I was like Young Ye. He was like,
yeah. But
Asian as fuck.
Yeah. So one of the things is the crazy thing about it is that.
What? No, go ahead.
Can be a young Kanye.
No. Turn his turn this nigga mic off, yo.
It could have been through the wire.
God.
I'm done with you for today.
Now, what was I saying? One of the things they obviously don't play the game, right?
Right.
And the crazy thing about it is that the dude, shout out to Young Ripper 59, he's the only one that's actually going against what they're saying. What his problem is that, it's fine for them to have their argument about microtransactions and pay to win, because he don't want that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He don't like it. He don't like the shit in 2K. He made mad videos about this shit. But his thing is that they're lying. They're misinforming people to get their point across. Talking about the kids. And y'all already know how I feel about this shit. I feel like they're using the kids. Yeah. They like that, and they're using the kids as a conduit to push their agenda across.
Yeah.
Like they don't give a fuck about the kids. The only reason why they're saying that is that they don't like this shit being in their games. So they're just like, and now they bring up the ESRB rating being for everyone. So they just basically bringing the kids in. Oh, somebody 3-year-old can play this and have a gambling edition, and that's kind of bullshit. Because by that logic, get rid of fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, it is gambling for youngins. That's what it is.
Like, come on, man. Like y'all going too hard. Doing too much.
So like, I only watched the video that you sent us. I didn't watch like the Angry Joe shit, all that stuff. I did watch some video. Yeah, I know he was. I did watch some video where they were talking about it. It was Inside Gaming video, but I guess so. Now, obviously, the mechanics are different than I thought they were, or at least it was presented to me.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, oh, here's $1. You put $1 in the machine. You pull the handle, and then here comes out a card. It's not like that from what he was saying. And what you're saying is you have to actually play the game mode first, and then it automatically goes to that like randomized thing. But I guess you can use VC on that.
Yeah.
So there is an aspect of it where you could spend real life money to buy in-game currency to then use on that. So there is some level of concern, maybe not as bad as maybe they were trying to make it seem, or as dramatic as those other videos. I didn't watch them, so I don't know how bad they went. So maybe it's not as bad as they went, but there is a certain aspect of it where there is a chance to spend real money to make in-game money to spend that money. So basically you're spending real money to spend that money on a slot machine type of thing. So I can understand the concern how that is gambling-esque, and if you're having like a 6-year-old doing shit like that, that's kind of like gambling. Not quite in the way that they were probably trying to make it seem like. It's not like, I'm at the blackjack table smoking a cigarette and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, no, it's like, okay, there's some steps you have to go through before you actually get to that point. So I think, and only in the video that I saw outside of the guy disputing the shit was, their concern was, okay, that it, because there's a bunch of horror stories about people who had their kids using the iPads, playing certain games, and they spending $2,000, $3,000 buying in-game points because they don't really know real life.
Like,
yeah,
it's a car connection.
Yeah,
to that
exactly.
Shit.
To them, it's just they just whatever. Oh, I need more points to play this shit. So there is a concern with that, and then on top of that, you add the gambling aspect to it, because it is gambling to a certain extent, because you are putting money and you have no idea what you're going to get, and it is random. So that is kind of like gambling. It's like running a slot machine to a certain extent, not maybe as bad as they're trying to make it seem, or as extreme, but it is, the component is there. So it's maybe disconcerting to introduce that into young kids potentially, because gambling is for adults. I get that. Like if there's a video game that has sex in it, you're gonna make that a teen game, mature game, you're gonna put that in it. If the gambling is presented in another way, you would probably put that in there. So maybe you should change it from E to T, like make it a teen game. Let people know that there is an aspect where that is similar to or kind of like gambling, kind of, but it's not quite the same thing. Like I get where there could be some issue for concern, but obviously maybe not as much as maybe it's not like a dire thing as they were trying to make it seem. Like, oh my god, the world is ending. This gambling in the game.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. Like, nigga, you grew up in Chuck E. Cheese. What the fuck you talking about? Nigga, you remember Sonic 2? The casino zone? Remember that shit? I ain't no gambling addict.
I mean, that's a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, no, but they're saying, they're making it seem like,
and you weren't paying money to play that get there to actually get a reward for doing
but
that.
it's still simulated gambling.
So
to a certain extent,
society too.
Yeah, facts. That's basically what it is.
I mean, Chuck E. Cheese is a prime example. It's like, that's gambling for kids. Like,
when that shit started with the whole kids and they was buying shit and they didn't know that they was actually paying money for the shit, it was like, learn how to safeguard your shit, know what your kid is playing before you actually give them the phone and be like, hey, go have fun. And now you got a fucking $2,000 bill. You're like, what the fuck did you buy? Like, I was just buying Fortnite skins.
Yep.
I didn't think it cost money. I was just buying this shit.
I was buying Fortnite points or whatever.
Fucking dumbasses. But
I mean, Trick love the kids.
Yeah, but let's see now. Joker. Final trailer.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
So I watched the trailer. I was like, all right, this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It looks cool. I don't know. Obviously, we're gonna talk about the other thing, but
yeah. Now,
is this surprising?
That it looks cool?
No.
Or the score?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's surprising?
To a certain extent.
Because there hasn't been a good DC... There hasn't been a DC movie that's been rated this high ever. And
there hasn't been like a critically acclaimed.
Critically acclaimed before it's even come out. So we're about a month away.
Mm.
And
which I hate.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Even the movie that we hold in high regard with The Dark Knight hasn't got a 10 score. Like I said, there's never been a DC movie rated this high, let alone a perfect score. There's never been a Marvel movie that's had a perfect score. And they're calling this movie a 10. That a 10 to me means from beginning to end, this movie is flawless. Everything's acted out the way it's supposed to be. Everybody plays their roles the way it's supposed to be played. There's not a hiccup in the whole movie. A 10. Now, if they're just basing it just off the character of Joker and Joaquin Phoenix's character, I don't know what to think, actually.
I don't think they are, because here's the kicker with that. This movie is super loosely based on the Joker. Like it's very tangentially connected to the DC type of thing. And I think that's probably what was the saving grace of it. They were able to tell their own story in the way they wanted to tell it without necessarily having to be as beholden to comic book stuff as some of these other films were.
But when IGN is giving it a perfect score of a 10, when you show the screener to people and they say they have 8-minute standing ovations.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Yo, why is my phone listening to me?
Because I mean, it's always listening to you. So let's be honest.
Jesus Christ!
Told you what that.
The government heard you talking about the youngest.
The youngest.
And they was like, "Oh, we gotta get rid of this nigga."
Nah, but when you
said Malik Yoba, oh, he got it.
8 minutes standing ovations when you're getting IGN giving it a perfect score. When I've seen on Twitter where people saying like, "Yo, this movie is flawless." You know, he deserves an Oscar, this and the third, and the public hasn't seen the movie. It's like, you have so much to live up to now. Now it's like when the public sees it, they're looking at it and not these rose-colored glasses where it's like, all right, I'm here, wow me.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, no, it's like what Bobby said. I hate that they put that information out so soon, because now it's like I have these high expectations for this film, and I hate going into this movie with these high ass expectations because it's like, damn, it might not live up to what I want it to be.
I did see something in the trailer that I missed before I went back and watched the trailer. It looked like Joker was stomping the shit out of somebody in the alley.
Yeah, oh yeah, probably.
I would have thought it was one of them kids that hit him with the sign. Like,
it looked like him. He was like,
yeah, he was fucking him up.
I was like, is that a person?
Yeah.
I know he didn't stop a bum out. That would be some wild shit.
And then I watched the IGN, like the video where they were like going over the review.
Yeah.
And they were saying like, I guess it's kind of surreal. So there's moments where like you might not necessarily know what's real, what isn't real, because the Joker does have a bunch of different origins, and they didn't want to pinpoint what the actual origin is. So it's like it's open to interpretation. You can pick, oh, this is the thing that really turned him to be this way, or this is the thing that really made him be that way. So I kind of like that. That's at least what they said in their video. Obviously, I haven't seen the movie.
What it's made it seem like is the Joker is the weird kid in the classroom that everyone picks on, and then one day he said, "You know what? I'm gonna shoot all y'all."
No. So he's Dylan Roof.
Basically, but he just happened to be in DC.
Yeah.
But
Gotham.
Yeah, Gotham. I mean, DC like the what's the name? But
DC Comics.
Yeah. But the trailer didn't give me 10 vibes, but I'm kind of banking on that. Was like,
I guess they're holding back on purpose.
They didn't show a lot in the trailer, which makes me believe that they're gonna purposely. They're gonna ride this train of the standing ovations and the 10s and the high regards. They're gonna ride that train where it's like, we're not gonna show you everything in the trailer. We're gonna wait for you to get to the movies to see what the fuck is actually in this movie and what it actually does.
Which I'm thankful for, because sometimes a lot of movies end up showing
the
whole movie in the trailer. All the good shit is in the trailer. Yeah.
So
I'm okay with that.
So I'm excited to see it, but I just don't want to. I don't want to leave there feeling like, yo, this shit ain't no 10.
I mean, if it's at least an 8 though, I'll still be fine.
Yeah, but but then it's like it gives us some type of falsehood. Now it's like, okay, so we get a month out, we get all these accolades where it's like, oh, it's a 10, it's a perfect movie, it's flawless, ovations, encore, we want more. Then it's like we go in there, it's like 7.5, or we give it like an 8, and it's like, what was so 10 worthy about this movie that we're. And then it makes you question yourself, like, what the fuck am I not seeing?
Well, we're also not like film critics, like people who like that's the thing.
What makes you a film critic?
I don't know. I feel like them niggas is like uppity as fuck.
We have eyes like everyone else.
Nah, you know how it's the same way how we will watch a movie and be like, oh, this movie's pretty good, and they'll be like, this is like the worst thing I've ever seen, and it's like, and we're like, nigga, what did you watch? Like they have a different type of critical eye to shit.
Eat my ass. I have the same pair of eyes you do.
Relax, Malik.
Yo, Bob, pass me that bottle, please. I'm sick of this shit.
Stupid.
Sick of this nigger. Fucking coon. Now, what the fuck? I don't don't even know what he was talking about. What was he talking about?
I don't know. We was talking about the Joker.
The Joker.
So, do y'all
Critics.
So, do y'all think it's a 10 or is it just hype train?
I haven't seen it, so I have no idea.
No, but like based on
I think it's
DC's track record, based on
Well, we all know IGN with their scores and shit.
IGN doesn't have the most accurate ratings at times.
But they also don't really give out a lot of 10s. And they definitely don't, especially for the films.
They gave Red Dead a 10, right?
Yeah, but the film division and the game division is two different separate divisions. So those are way different people.
Mm-hmm. I've seen mixed comments. I've seen some comments saying that, oh, this is straight bullshit, like you were saying. Like they say, oh, this is straight bullshit. But I seen some comments like, oh, this is the best shit. This changed comic book movies forever. I guess it's like, you know how they did Logan?
Yeah.
But it's
like I think
more the dramatic theatrical side.
And that's the other thing. I think it's barely a comic book movie. It's like it's a comic book movie because it's the Joker, but I think it's barely a comic book movie.
I think it's a movie.
I think it's a movie first. And I think that's where it's coming from. It's a movie.
Yeah.
It is a film.
What's the last movie that we heard this about that did live up to expectations?
That didn't?
Yes.
Captain Marvel.
What? Was that?
People was praising that shit pretty well, and I was like, man,
they was on like the Me Too. The
I'm just saying, I didn't enjoy it as much as niggas seem to enjoy it.
I mean,
was that a praise?
Yeah, it was really.
There was. I think people.
Aquaman?
I think Aquaman was the opposite. I think
it was
people was like it's okay, and I was like,
oh my god.
I was like, oh, this is actually really good.
I didn't like Aquaman.
I was like, this.
I like that.
I thought it was way better than it had any right to be.
I'm standing by that. I didn't.
I was like, hey, like Amber Heard was in. I was like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, she sucks as fuck.
It's like, what's up? I know you crazy because you beat Johnny Depp's ass. But what's up?
So, Tom Holland reportedly filmed a scene in Venom as Peter Parker.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, you can't have Peter Parker without Spider-Man. So
I mean, theoretically,
them snitching.
No, this
that
is them.
We have Spider-Man and motherfucker.
I mean, we knew. I don't know if we knew. They would obviously want to make their own connected universe. So I always assumed that Venom existed in the same world, but because the deal was only for Spider-Man, they didn't go as hard in the paint as making the connections to the MCU stuff as it did in the Spider-Man films. So I just assumed that he exists. And to be fair, Venom existed. He was living in California or whatever, and obviously, right. I think it was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man was in New York. So there was really no reason for them to necessarily talk about people, even though there was a thing where they said some shit like either he's from New York or there's like a little like throwaway line when they're talking about something about, they talked about New York. Either that he's from New York or he's trying to get a job there because when he couldn't get a job. So I'm assuming if they do Venom 2, maybe he'll move to New York or some other shit. I don't know. So it's like, oh yeah, Spider-Man exists in this world. Yeah. I assume that already. This is just them confirming it, I guess.
Yeah, I just think it's convenient.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird.
All right. So let's see. The Inhumans are rumored to be getting a reboot in the MCU.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Woo!
Well,
woo!
I mean, they were already in the MCU.
Woo!
Yeah, but the movie never came out.
Yeah, that Inhumans movie.
That was a TV
well,
show.
the TV show.
Yeah, that shit was Basuda Holmes.
Yeah, but this makes sense if you're gonna do Ms. Marvel because Ms. Marvel is
an Inhuman,
and you got to do the Terrigen Mist bomb.
So, well, it doesn't have to be the bomb. Well, I guess for her, maybe it was the bomb.
I mean, I kind of knew this was coming though because of the bad TV show. So I was like, all right. So
they definitely were gonna reboot it, but to make it a film, because when they first announced Inhumans, it was a film.
Because they didn't do it right though.
It was when they before the even TV show came out, it was initially announced as a film, but the TV division and the film division didn't really fuck with each other too much. So they was like, oh, here's Inhumans, take that, Diddy style. So they took it, made a TV show. It was Basuda. It was like, oh, MC was like, oh, y'all wildin'. Let's get that back. We about to phase forward the shit out of this shit. And then now it's about to be a movie again, I guess.
Okay.
Or it might not even be a movie again. It might just be a Disney Plus show, which still means it's more involved with Kevin Feige and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Because the TV guy, I forgot his name. This is somebody else, and Kevin Feige, they don't really fuck with each other like that. So it was kind of like, here, take these little bit of things, leave me the fuck alone. Go do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., go do Inhumans, and live. And I'm gonna do my shit over here. But then they made Inhumans and it was garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we got some other shit. But yeah, I like it, the idea of it. It's cool beans.
Okay, cool. All right. So Now we are going to get into our interview with Detroit nerdcore hip hop artist Mark Cooper. So go ahead and check that out right now. All right, so Three Ninjas Podcast, Domino has Jones, Bobby. And right now we got a guest on the motherfucking phone. We actually met this guy down at Blur. Kind of took one of our flyers, took a picture with us. If you check out Instagram, you could check it out over there. He is a nerdcore hip hop artist. We have Mark Cooper in the motherfucking dojo. How you doing, man?
What's going on? I'm doing gravy. How about you guys?
Can't complain, man. Everything is everything. So now, what the fuck is this? Don't call me, man. So, now, like I said, we met you down at BlurCon, and I don't know if you heard the episode where we did our recap of BlurCon and our experiences and all the, thottery that took place. Now, what was your...
I sure did.
The jug of thought.
Now, real quick, how was your BlurCon experience? Was that your first time there?
Yeah, it was my first time ever being at BlurCon. Believe it or not, it was my first out-of-state con performance. So it was very interesting and eye-opening, other than all the shenanigans that happened between it. But other than that, everything was pretty cool about BlurCon. Never seen that. Never seen so many, black people cosplaying and cool with it. And the crazy thing is, nobody smells. So we already know what the is when we go to cons.
Black people do shower, I think.
Nah, but that was one of our concerns. It was like, yo, because we was talking to Hilton, and he was like, yo, a lot of people be trying to get their cosplays together, and they don't take the time to do the proper hygiene and the haircuts and actually look good. So, showering and not smelling was like one good thing. I didn't, run into any smelly people.
Yeah.
Now, you had a performance down there, right? You performed songs off of your latest mixtape and I guess Player One, I want to say.
Yep. Yeah, I sure did. And what's funny is that I was partnered up with Nightwing. Nightwing gave me part of his set, which is pretty cool. Wreck the System was there, but a lot of people really hype about, Samus, because she's one of the, people that's really heavy in that particular scene. It is Substantial as well. You already know the history with Substantial and Nujabest and all them. So they all performed, which was pretty cool.
Right. Now, why nerdcore hip hop? Because it's rappers that, like this geek shit as well, and they might throw a bar here and there every once in a while, but you're like dedicated your career to nerdcore hip hop. Why?
Well, the real reason why I do nerdcore, and I kind of keep it as less cliche or, circle of friendship, Yu-Gi-Oh style. You know what I mean? I definitely don't want to create that cliche, like the power of friendship, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And that's irritating. But the real reason why I do nerdcore is because, I'm a nerd. I like hip hop, and that's the things I like to rap about, and I love what I do, and that's the passion of it. And, we already know about the stereotypes in, regular hip hop. People rap about drugs and they don't do them. People rap about all the money but have EBT cards. You do what I mean? There's a lot of stigma that's going into that. And since now that, our urban youth is okay with, hey bro, I like Avengers and I like doing snaps to people. You know what I mean? Now it's became an actual trend. Nostalgia is a trend.
Right.
So if they're already comfortable about going to cons and things and cosplaying more than ever, why not be the same way with hip hop,
Got you. Now, when did you realize you were a nerd or like a blurred geek type of thing?
I realized when I was a nerd, when you try to turn Super Saiyan in the 6th grade in front of the whole school.
Yo, are you friends with Bobby?
You already know that's where it comes in,
God damn.
It's actually a funny story I never really mentioned in. Ironically, one of the teachers or the principal thought something was wrong with me, so he came behind me, and I elbowed this man in the gut.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. I didn't get in trouble at all. I just went home. I got away with a lot of stuff. It's funny.
Now, was DBZ your first like geek experience, or were you like into certain things before that?
Well, to be honest, I was that kid that ran home and made sure I had the snacks ready for DBZ. And I was also the same individual that stopped when Goku went to Namek, and then I watched Raditz again. Yeah, I was part of that.
Right. Now, you didn't start off as a nerdcore hip-hop artist. You started out just doing regular hip-hop. So, was your name Rain at one point?
Yep, it was Rain. Yep,
okay.
Back in the day.
All right, so why the name change?
Well, to be honest, the reason why I did the name change is because I wanted to, recognize myself. This is who I am. And since the name was so easy to say, because it's my regular name, it'd be easy to find me, easy to remember, and it just makes it, a lot more a cleaner way to start off something new.
So now you dropped your first mixtape, I want to say, in like 2011, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Well, actually, to be honest, my first stuff is 2004. That's the stuff
shit.
I'd just be like, yeah, nobody should hear that.
Ever again.
But, yeah, but 2011, yeah, I did that with an album. Yep, The Awakening.
All right, yeah. So I saw The Awakening. I saw The Other Side of the Dream, Once Upon a Dream. And on those, you was like, doing regular hip hop, but you would throw like maybe a bar in there every now and then. Now, you're from Detroit. And being that Detroit is like a big traditional hip hop city, is it hard to get acceptance or to be taken serious when you do nerdcore hip hop?
Oh, hell yeah. They're going to look at you with that look on their face like, what is this dude even doing?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is about it is that I really started doing like this is 2009, back when YouTube video game raps actually came up.
Right.
Like I knew Skull Country 13 and Machinima and all that stuff from the very beginning. Because in 2007, I used to do MOG for Halo 3. And when I was doing that, I was like, this is the 2009 era. Everybody was broke. It was the recession, and everybody had Jeezy in their iPods. You know what I'm saying? So when the song I Put On for My City came out, and, everybody's, oh, my God, that Kanye verse. That was back when everybody was like, Kanye auto-tune is GOAT right now, And what's crazy is I decided to make a song, and I made IBR for my city. And that was back when, with the Xbox where you could save the videos and things like that, people were making montages, the galore. And I was like, okay, let's make like a small music video for it. And it's hard to find video people then because, like I said, everybody was broke.
Yeah.
So I made the track and then put it together. And then I find out the other morning, it's on the front of Bungie.net. So what are you talking about?
Right.
So that's when I was like, maybe this kind of thing might work out. And then afterwards, I started doing different kinds of raps. Like the one I did was Guitar Hero 3. I did a Legends of Rock thing. So I took the rock band names and basically, mad-libbed it together to where it made sense. And what's crazy about that is once it got to about 15, 20,000 views, I get a request to subscribe from This Is 50. Like the actual This Is 50 people when they were just starting out.
Right.
Then they followed me for 2 days, right? Then 2 days, like a week later, Mims comes out with a track called Rockstar. And he pretty much plagiarized the shit I did. So that's when I was like, I don't even want to rock with this no more. I said, forget it. And then I stopped. But I didn't know there was an actual genre for it called Nerdcore. I didn't know anything about it. It's Detroit. If you're not like tough or ridiculous or whatever, you're everybody else.
Right.
And you have to look at it like that. So I became a harder producer, and I did producer battles. So all I did was go to competitions and try to beat every producer I could. And that's what I've been doing, for that time. So that's where it came in with that.
Okay. Now you do the beat tapes. I know how you feel, man. So you're a rapper and a producer. Do you produce a lot of your own tracks or do you outsource for that?
No, I produced the majority of them most of the time. Because that was back when I could figure out how to buy beats from individuals. And, that was before, the YouTube let me rip and download this thing. You just had to do the free downloads from SoundClick, and that shit's sketch anyway.
Now, do you feel like that takes away from some of your, I guess, artistry when it's like, damn, I got to make the beat, I got to mix it, I got to write lyrics to this shit, and I got to master it? Does that take, a lot of like mental preparation, like mental exhaustion?
It can. It just really depends on the best way of doing it. Because as a producer, you make a lot of beats as it is, and my work ethic's a little higher than a lot of other people. So I was at that point where I was making 5 beats a day anyway.
Okay.
And, I would make challenges and goals for myself, and that's why I did beat tapes. Because then while I'm doing the beat tapes and things like that, then I could come out with a rap project. So I kind of separated the two because, me being a rapper in Detroit with that kind of thing, I wasn't really accepted as an, a form of something that's, serious. I wouldn't take it serious, probably the best way I can say it. And so I was more taken serious as a producer. So I said, forget it. And I would just, produce a whole bunch of tracks and be like, that way they know who I am on that aspect. Then might do the Bruno Mars thing where he was the engineer first and then come out with a song and be like, oh, he can rap too? I didn't even know that.
Now,
you know what I mean? And that's, yeah.
Now, how did you start rapping?
I started rapping in 2004, like right out of high school. I had that competition thing because I went to high school with Mike Posner. We both went to the same school.
Ain't that nigga that's walking across the country now?
Yeah, and then got stung by a rattlesnake.
Yeah,
yeah.
So now you started rapping in 2004 and you put out your first mixtape in 2004. Did you feel like you were ready to actually to start putting out music? You were just like, yo, fuck it, I rap, so this is what rappers do?
Well, to be honest, when I was starting out with that kind of thing, we would just record. You're going to laugh, man. My first recording setup came from the PS2 game that was on Jadakiss. Remember that Bring on the Mic? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, nigga,
I
you
recorded
old.
my first ever things with that USB microphone. So I plugged it in the computer. A cousin of mine that's, done a lot of famous things, but he never took me serious. Like my cousin from California is the person who actually wrote the Proud Family theme song, the Parkers, basically everything that was on CW.
Wait, what?
Did all the intro.
Hold the fuck
Yeah,
up. So
my cousin Gigi Harper wrote and was the drummer for the the Proud Family theme song. With Destiny's Child in it.
So Solange sung the Proud Family theme song, right?
I believe so.
I believe.
Yeah, I think it was Solange.
I think it was Solange.
Yep, it was that one. Was it? No, it was Destiny's Child in the studio. I believe that was because I saw the pictures and stuff.
Well, I don't. Maybe it was one of them niggas.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But, he came to town or whatever. I didn't know who he was, so I was showing him some beats. And, they give you that, he's a family member. He thinks I'm going to help him. I'm going to have to fade this nigga. Nope, it's not going to happen.
Right. Now, does the music run in your family? I mean, you are from Detroit, so this is the original Motown. So it got to be some musicians in your family besides y'all two.
You know what, to be honest, I'm really one of the first.
Really?
Other than my cousin that's on my mother's side, yeah, I'm probably the only one that really focused super hard on the music side. Yeah. So my family took that as a culture shock, but you know how that is.
Okay. Now, do they know what you do as far as like hip hop and nerdcore hip hop and stuff?
Oh yeah, they sure do. And they just like any family member, they support. At first they were like, he's 18, he's trying to figure out what he wants to do in life.
Right.
So we'll just let him do his thing and maybe he'll phase out of it. And then once they realized I wasn't phasing out of it, they were like, so, you're still doing that music thing, huh?
You're doing that old
and
hippie
then afterwards when they and then afterwards when they saw a little bit of success, they were like, you're really good at this. Because the first person to ever tell me I was whack was my mom, believe it or not.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I said, hey, Mom, check this out. Because she was kind of hip. So she was listening. She was like, this doesn't make sense. I said, what are you talking about? It's like, I understand what you're doing, but this doesn't make sense at all. And then she was like, look, I'm not telling you to stop. It was basically one of those, when you seen that meme where they got this black kid hugging a white kid, and the meme says, well, you got to tell him his mixtape is whack. It was just like that kind of moment. It was one of those moments. So she was like, look, I'm not saying it's bad, but I want you to try something for me. I was like, what? She said, I want you to make a whole project where you only swear 3 times. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, sure. And this is the G-Unit era. So everybody is shooting somebody. You know what I mean? And if you're not shooting nobody cares.
Right.
So I gave it a shot and went through the dictionary and found new things. And then the rest is history. I don't even use profanity in the stuff I make today. And it's actually helped me out as an artist and expanding what I really wanted to do.
That's out the mama, yo.
Facts.
Oh yeah, you can't beat that.
Word. Now, what was your subject matter like when you started rapping? Was it all that shoot 'em up, bang bang, gun selling?
Yes, it was. That's exactly what it was. And then you sound so angry on the track that your delivery is terrible.
Right.
And I was like Stoke the Shocker for a minute. like it was pretty awful. So, like, you know what I mean? Just being hard. Just, you know, it's like combining DMX with Mystical. It's like nobody's going to understand what you're saying, you know?
So I'm gonna go on a limb and say nobody got that mixtape or nobody bought that shit.
Oh no, they sure didn't. I didn't even know how to sell it. So that's the whole point. Like, that's just in the archives to never come out again.
Right now, speaking of selling mixtapes, right? I was listening to Ego, I think it was, and you got two skits on there talking about support local hip hop. Now, is that still a thing in Detroit where it's like people aren't supporting like the little guy, they only rush to like, you know, the big names and stuff like that?
That's exactly right, man. Be honest, a lot of people don't come out with mixtapes anymore. Like the era now is, I'm gonna make this EP. It's gonna be 4 or 5 tracks I just put together in like 4 weeks, and I'm just like, you know, it's gonna be the hardest shit ever. And then they come out with an album that has 6 tracks on it. Like we're in a whole nother realm of that. But when it does come to supporting local hip hop, and you know, a lot of people are not buying physical CDs as much anymore. They're all like, hey, check me out on Spotify, iTunes, such and such. And then people will be like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, whether they feel like clicking or something like that, you know, that kind of aspect. But nah, man, it's hard to do that for local talent. It really takes like a publicist or a influencer to be like, hey, this is dope, check this out. And, you know, since it's an internet-based thing, it's oversaturated with different kinds of local artists because of the internet as well, which is a good thing. And it's not necessarily a bad thing if you know how to promote the way you need to. And sometimes you got to sit down and be like, okay, this shit I came out with is garbage. And there's a lot of people who don't make that sit down. They just get the consolation prize mentality. You know, like that's why in sports, there's 9th and 10th place trophies.
Make niggas feel better.
And that's right. Just, you know, people are sensitive in this era, and there's nothing really you can do.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some sensitivity at some point in the show. Now, growing up in Detroit, who are your inspirations when it comes to like either, not even just hip hop, but just musically?
Oh, musically?
Yeah.
Are you talking about like Michigan artists in general, or are you talking about just music, period?
I mean, because, you know, like I said, Motown, you know, you got a lot of rappers. You got your Royces, your Obi Trices, your Eminems, your D12s and stuff like that. You got a lot to pick from. So I guess like you growing up in Detroit, it's easier to find someone like, oh, I can point to them and like, oh, I look up to them. I mean, it could be on like a worldwide level. You know, it doesn't have to be in Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it comes to Detroit stuff, of course, I'm a huge Motown fan. Like when it comes to Jackson 5, when it comes to, of course, the Marvin Gayes, the Supremes, Aretha Franklin, Frida Payne. Like, as a producer, it kind of forces you to dig into what the real history and the culture really is. So those are my inspirations when it comes to Detroit. When it comes to rappers, of course, I look up to Royce, I look up to M, you know, Porter, well, Mr. Porter, as a producer. Like I've met all of them and been in a room with most of the individuals, except M, because M is extremely, extremely private.
Right.
People don't know that. Yeah.
Now,
so I've always,
Now, what's it like growing up in Detroit?
Well, I will let you know, it lives the stereotype, but it doesn't live the stereotype, and I'll give you that. People be saying like, man, don't go to Detroit, man. You'll get shot and die immediately. No, that's not the case. It's the individuals who come from different states talking about Detroit. Like the people be like, man, Detroit ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. Then it's a wrap. And that's what happened to Cat Williams, Trick Daddy, Young Berg 4 times.
Every New York.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Because like the other day, I think a week and a half ago, I was in the studio with Trick and his own Goon Squad people, because they live up the street from me.
Okay.
And their studio does. And you know, he was just telling me about certain individuals that come in there and saying, "Man, Detroit ain't shit." Yada yada yada. I don't know. Somebody always. It's just like saying the N-word when a white person says it. It's almost like a set alarm like that. I don't know how that happens. But they don't make it out of Detroit after they talk a lot of trash. So we take a lot of pride here. So I think that's what it is. But it's genuinely a nice city. You'll see a lot of great history stuff. Like, the show Martin, the actual house that, the show was filmed is out in Jefferson. Like, you can see it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of historical gems that happen in Detroit. The Transformers movies were filmed at the old train station we have here. There's a lot of great history you can grab from it. So when you come by, you'll definitely see a lot more than what you think. And then if you want to see the hood, you can see the hood too. 2 for $2 petrol. That's what you need.
Right. Now, living in Detroit, did you ever get wrapped up in that street shit at some point?
Well, just being like on the defense stuff, just making sure, like certain individuals, not supposed to mess with or whatever, like getting out of situations. I've done that, but I've never been the person who was, luckily not the one that's gotten robbed or, put at gunpoint or a whole bunch of ridiculous street fights. I was extremely lucky, but I was able to see all of it happen. It just didn't happen to me. I just, hit that dusty trail when it was time.
Right. Now, is there a nerdcore scene in Detroit or in Michigan, or do you have to travel out of state? Like, do you have to go to cons in order to find, I guess, the scene or like-minded?
The funny thing is I am it, and now the whole city recognizes me as that.
Okay.
Somebody called me the Detroit Hokage the other day, and I kind of felt the way.
You got to run with that, my nigga.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, all right, I get it. But there's another artist. His name's a Novelist, and he's a part of Clear Soul Forces. So he tips and taps into that where, putting a whole bunch of anime references and stuff. But I'm probably one of the few that literally just say, look, I'm nerdcore, and it is what it is.
Okay. Now, would you ever, I guess, curtail your style back to regular rap, I want to say? Where it's like it's not so anime and comic book heavy, where it's just like, hey, I'm just rapping, rapping.
Well, to be honest, just in the position I am as a producer and things like that, I don't think so. I believe I found where I wanted to be. But when it comes to my nerdcore, it's not the nerdcore like just saying like, yeah, I'm about to blast you like season 6 with a Voltron, and no, I mean, it's not anything where it's gonna be like, bro, I am so confused about what he's talking about. But I want to make the particular nerdcore where I can just like resonate, and I actually called it nostalgia rap is what I'm gonna call it. So it's gonna be things that resonate with people of all ages. Because I realized the other day, actually it's funny, this happened 2 days ago. I was helping my cousin Fluff, which is, DJ Fluff in our squad for Soundproof, and he was shooting his music video and whatnot. And of course, we were in the hood. He had a television helmet on in the hood.
Okay.
So everybody's looking like, who the fuck is this nigga?
Shoot this nigga.
and it was kids saying this. Kids,
right.
like 9, 10 years old. So why you got a television on your head? You look stupid.
Right.
And then kids laughing and stuff. And he's like, all right, what
this nigga got a TV on his head.
Yep. That's exactly what it was. So afterwards, of course it happens. We about to leave, and the same kid comes up with his friend. So he sees me with my power glove on and all that stuff because I'm in character with him. And he's like, oh, so you rap and stuff? It's like, yeah, can you spit a freestyle? I said, okay, sure. So I rapped him something from that. You should have seen how these kids' faces lit up. And it wasn't like one of those things as in like just some hood individuals. Like, I've never heard anything like this before. Are you on YouTube or something? And then that's just, how things are. It's just small things like that from all ages. I just need to understand, like, look, you're not rapping for 30-year-olds anymore, bro, because they either going to like it or they not. These kids have something new to grow up with, and that's a good niche of having that. And then having that in the city of Detroit at the same time, even though it's not Will Smith clean, but it's clean enough for people to really enjoy and resonate what I'm doing.
Right.
So I feel like I do a service to the community being an artist like that, and it helps me stand out. You know what I mean? Royce the 5'9" might not be able to do a high school show with a whole bunch of kids with the swearing and stuff, but I could. You get what I'm saying now?
Right. Now, but is that a fan base that you do you always want to be, I guess, because doing nerdcore, it can be looked at as immature, as most of us know that, when the outsiders, I want to say, look at anime and pop culture stuff and, the comic books, they look at it as little kid shit. Do you want to, I guess, stay in that realm of like, oh, there's like an age gap to where my music can go?
Yeah, actually. Because of the fact I'm doing nostalgia rap or whatever, it's not necessarily I'm doing rap about anime and cartoons and things. Like tomorrow, I start the Mark Cooper Mondays, where it's literally a track every single week.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm doing Power Rangers. So tomorrow you'll hear a verse about the Green Ranger, and then going into Zach and everybody else. Then I got shows from raps about the '80s. So it'll be a RoboCop rap, a Terminator, a Tango and Cash, a Rocky. I'm going across the whole board because that's nostalgia. See, a lot of nerdcore people just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to stick in the anime. Yeah, I'm going to make like 40 raps about My Hero, 20 raps about Dragon Ball Z. Then I'm just going to throw Claymores in there. They're going to think I'm different. You know what I mean? Just like any other. You know what I mean? But like people will stick in that niche and then they get put in that circle. But I'm not. It's just really understanding and learning what it is. Like one of the bigger rappers in nerdcore is named Mega Ran, and his whole concept is Mega Man. After he did 100 songs about Mega Man, he went and did all different kinds of different stuff. So just like in any niche or any genre, you still have to branch out and do new things. And that's where other nerdcore people don't succeed. So that's why, me being a rapper in the very beginning, and it's merging with that. It's like learning with time. It's like, hyperbolic time chamber here. I'm Trunks with the long hair, but just don't look gay. You know what I'm saying?
Now, the whole Power Glove thing that you have, right? Now, I'm just guessing that you an 80s baby, I want to say.
87, yep.
All right. So now, what did you grow up on? Like, what did you like exclusively watch? Because we all got our fandoms and shit like that. Like, I grew up on Ninja Turtles. This nigga Hesh is a big One Piece fan. This nigga Bobby like everything, like Star Wars and all that good shit. What did you specifically like or love growing up?
Well, it would probably be your Saturday morning cartoons, bro. I was your Bobby's World, your Mighty Max, your King Arthur and the Knights of Justice, the Mega Man cartoon from the very beginning where he looked like he was an actual adult.
Yeah, I think like he
really came out.
Yeah.
I mean, when it came to Turtles, it was either Turtles or Rangers because they came out at the same time. I picked Power Rangers. Sorry, I did.
Yeah,
but I was a Saturday morning cartoon kid. I liked a lot of those, and the one Sunday morning things when Recess and all that, and Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball with the 13 episodes they kept sharing every single Thursday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I was one of those kids.
Okay.
A lot of stuff I would watch that was, obscure. I think my first anime I ever watched was Ronin Warriors.
Oh, that's the shit.
Yeah.
It came out on Sunday at like 5:30 in the morning. It's like one of those times where you went to sleep just a little too early, woke up at 5:30 and be like, what the hell is this?
Right.
It's kind of cool. And, it had the renditions of Power Rangers kind to it. So you resonate with it.
Word. Now, are you at all afraid of being looked at as like immature, I want to say, because you do the type of music that you do?
Nope. If I wasn't a cool kid from the very beginning, even when I did play sports and things like that.
Right.
You get to a certain age when you're 32, you like, I really don't care what you think. You don't pay my bills, so what's your problem? It don't matter.
Right. Now, what's one misconception about nerdcore that you can tell us and kind of dispel right now?
Oh, when rappers randomly say I go Super Saiyan like Goku, and the whole song has nothing to do with that.
Right.
or when people think it's hip, and then they'd be like Chun-Li. I was like, okay, we're gonna hear a Street Fighter song. No.
The only one I expect is Jaden.
Or when you see rappers in music videos that admire the pop culture of it. And they'd be like, yeah, I'm nerdy, man. I just went Super Saiyan on here, man. Dragon Ball Z fans will recognize with that. So what you rapping about, selling coke? and that's the thing.
Flipping Coke as white as
people need
freezer.
to understand the difference between being a fan of it and somebody who's actually in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I haven't heard Meg Thee Stallion yet. She did the Toroki photo.
I was gonna ask you about that.
I don't know because I haven't heard her stuff yet.
Mhm.
I can't say anything. But what I can say is that you know that nerddom is popular enough to people to be cool with it. So the fact of that matter is, what is the problem rapping about it? Like Mega Ran and Large were just on this week in Marvel. Nerdcore rappers freestyling on a Marvel channel. So it's something that's been around for a while, and they're the vets. So, and the thing is with Nerdcore, a lot of the stuff is they're nerdy and they just want to be accepted among themselves.
Right.
So the quality of how they put their music together is not in the mainstream era until now.
Okay.
So that's where you can really see where you could tread in the waters. Like Childish Gambino's a perfect example. Freaks and Geeks had a lot of different references in Bonfire with, looking for Earl and Toe Jam, you know what I mean? Like bars like that.
Right.
It became cool to be a nerd. And people who don't know nerddom, they're always going to look at it as they are Julia White. That's what they consider nerds still.
Right.
And they're like 20 years behind. So everybody out in this era is a nerd, kind of, in its own sense. Because you got your Final Fantasy football players. They study stats and things all day. Those are nerds, too. The people who be on 2K all day long and play in a league, they're nerds also.
Yo, if you got a fucking 99 rating, I'm sorry, my nigga. You a fucking nerd. Too.
Full blown.
Like,
exactly.
I've never gotten a 99 in 2K unless I cheated.
I never got 99 in anything.
Or we had $100 to spend on the VC coins, whatever came first.
Yeah, exactly. That shit, nigga.
Even when you spend the money, there's like a cap to it, I think.
Yeah, there's a cap because you got to actually progress through the game in order. Because I think they stopped at like 2K15 or 16, where it was like you can't just buy VC and just make it play that. Like now you got to unlock shit and like, oh, this level unlocked, so now you can bring it to like a 90, then like a 95, and whatever. But who knows?
And then they still can't play.
And they got the worst fucking internet in the world and shit. Everything's lagging and shit. You can't play against them. It's stupid.
Yep, and then they physically can't play the game either.
Right.
Oh, they actually just can't play ball. Yeah.
Like, have you figured out your follow through yet? You got 99 now.
Yeah, that's my problem too. Like niggas that can't play ball playing a 2K game and thinking they the shit. Like, no, nigga, get out on the court. I'll bust your ass for real.
Every time.
Now, speaking on the Meg Thee Stallion thing, if you had to take a guess, would you think that she's doing this because it's an untapped market in the mainstream world, or she's really like true to this shit?
Oh, you're talking about Meg Thee Stallion?
Yeah, Meg Thee Stallion. Like if you had to take a guess, would you think like, oh, this is some shit that she's doing because she saw it one day? Like, oh no, she really watches My Hero and she's really up on her anime shit. Like if you had to guess,
you know what? You'd be surprised. BlurredCon opened it up for me. I didn't know there was so many chicks that was actually bad watching this shit.
Ooh, nigga.
You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. Like this whole market is flooded. People are okay with what it is. So now we like, hey, you a model in Paris? What you at? I just left Dragon Ball Z. Where you been all my life?
Yeah. It was like that chick that I was talking about. You remember the chick Caramel Kitten?
Yeah.
Yo, she likes fucking Fist of the North Star.
Like some shit I ain't never heard of.
You ain't never seen Fist of the North Star? He hit the nigga with the pressure points and he blows up.
You are already dead, nigga?
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's how far back she went. I was like, oh shit, you into that shit?
I mean, hey.
No knee?
Not yet. I've never seen it. I don't know where the fuck to catch that shit at. Fucking watch that shit on fucking cable TV on Netflix.
Yeah, Google it, nigga. Watch it on YouTube.
Google these, nigga.
Yeah, Crunchyroll.
Yo, fuck you.
Now, what's the end goal for this nerdcore hip hop thing? Like, what do you want to do with this thing?
Well, I mean, I got small bucket list goals. Like, I do want to be able to visit every single con in the U.S. That's the first thing I want to do. I like to see the different cultures and things like that. 2, I use it to be able to meet my heroes without having to be like, yeah, I'm a super fan. Oh my God, we don't like doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though I did lose at meeting Jason David Frank because I made him a beat CD or whatever, and of course he got in the character. You need me a mixtape, man? you can't grin, you can't not grin about it. And then he bought a Detroit hat that looked just like mine, and he was like, "Yeah, we got the same hat. That makes me like gangster, right?" I said, "You know what? If you weren't Jason David Frank, bro, I would not let you say that."
Right.
Let's take this picture real quick.
Yeah. Now,
and he signed my original Green with Evil VHS tape. You know, the one where he gave everybody to work.
Yeah, where he was fucking everybody up.
Brought him out of Megazord and everything.
Nigga just came to school giving everybody to work. Now, who do you want to meet in this field when it comes to like people that go to cons? Like, who's your idols?
Man, I mean, I'm really upset I didn't get a chance to meet Stan Lee. I mean, everybody would have loved to do that. And to be honest, I've already met all the majority of the DBZ people because I went to KamehamehaCon.
Yeah.
I even got the chance to meet the composers of the music. I even managed them now.
Bruce Faulkner?
No, not Bruce Faulkner. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a great story. I'm so glad you said that. Anyway, long story short, Bruce Faulkner was the person with Bruce Faulkner Productions, right?
Yeah.
In the 90s, they had this thing that was called Work for Hire. Bruce Faulkner only produced 6 of those tracks, and it ain't the tracks that you know. Those 3 individuals behind it, they did the Super Saiyan 3 and Vegeta's music and all that stuff. That was Mike Smith, Julius, and Scott Morgan. And they're really great guys, man. I definitely set something up where you guys can speak with them. But the funny story is when the credits came on, their names were there at first. But when the DVDs came out, they took them out.
Yeah. So you do Angry
it's
Gone?
like they own the rights to the music, but you know, in all the publishing, some bullshit happened. So they were pretty upset about it.
That's like some Timbaland shit. Remember about that shit? Like Timbaland wasn't producing most of them beats, like his team was. And he just slapping his name on this shit.
That's how you gotta do it.
It's fucked up, man.
That's fucked up, nigga.
Did they get paid?
It is. But they can still play it verbatim. And they actually do a couple cons and things like that and actually perform the music live.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
And that's crazy. You know what I mean? They get the same exact keyboards they use and everything. It's phenomenal, man.
Now, speaking of DBZ, right? Did you hear about the controversy that came out this past week?
Oh, yeah.
So now...
Oh my goodness, go ahead.
Now, how do you feel about certain stuff like that you know didn't mistakenly make it in the show? It's just some voice actors riffing and someone happened to hit record and get half of the shit. And now they're being killed for it 10, 15, maybe even 20 years later. How do you feel about stuff from the past being able to affect now when you've grown as a person, fucking evolved as a person?
Well, there's a lot of things to look at it. You can take it from the left side where they think about what R. Kelly did.
Right.
Or you can think about what's happening now. See, here's the thing about that kind of thing. And I actually got a chance to I chatted with Eric Val and another person about it, like while I was at MegaCon. Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to use the voice actors in the project. You know, like when I make a beat tape. And they said, yeah, bro, I wouldn't be able to do that. And I was like, why? I mean, of course, I'm thinking status quo or whatever. He's like, no, man, it's not that. It's because Funimation owns our voices. What are you talking about? So if I make a voice that's kind of similar to Trunks, they own it. So I can't go to another company and make that kind of voice for another character. That's how tight in contract Funimation is in. But I will say this at the same time. 15, 20 years ago, if it came out in the internet that was today, nobody would bat an eye about it.
No.
It's now it's a point of it's just a talking point. It's a soapbox for individuals who may have a certain type of way about another person. So they try to tag them with blackmail and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is like for like perfect example, okay? Let's say we were all on the show and it was like a kid's show. The show basically ended 20 years ago, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm counting Super or whatever, but I'm just saying. Let's say the show was like back in the 90s or something, right? And then somebody's like, oh, I got this exclusive tape of Domino saying he doesn't like gay people. I'm gonna put it out right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh man, I didn't know this. I thought you liked our kind of people. I'm not supporting you now because you said something 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just really just the perspective you're going to take it. Everybody else is like, oh man, Dragon Ball Z's going down. Sean Schimmel's going to get fired and all that. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You think they're going to pass up all that money for this?
Yeah, them motherfuckers
No, they're
well
going to
too
clean it up
established.
like Disney does because that's what they're good at.
But not even
maybe a public apology, maybe a free mixtape. I don't know. They're going to do something.
What am I apologizing
That
for?
long ago.
Yo, first of all, I'm not well.
You dropped the F-bomb in there.
Yeah, but
so what though? Like,
so from my understanding to it, what I've seen, most people aren't necessarily super upset about what they said or all the stuff. It's more of in relation to the whole Vic shit.
Yeah.
Because it makes Funimation looks like hypocrites.
Oh, okay.
Because they fired Vic,
Vic
for
fucked up
allegations that were iffy at best for some of the stuff. And this is like actual recorded evidence of them saying this stuff. And they're talking about how they fired him because they have a very strict like policy on whatever negative shit that goes out. And then they have this whole recording of them doing this whole wild shit and they have jobs. So the shit I've seen was them kind of like people being like, oh, you're kind of being a hypocrite, Funimation. That's why I think that's why it was trending more than the stuff they were saying versus it was just like, oh, you fired him to them for like damn near nothing. And they're actually saying like this dude dropped the F-bomb. They're doing incest jokes and all this other whatever stuff. And oh, they got jobs.
Man, Vic did that shit.
I'm just saying, but that's people's take from it, is what I'm saying.
Remember that shit did back in '99?
God damn, man.
It's just something to talk about at this point. Next week, it's going to be about R. Kelly and how he got his computer in so he could finish his album. That's his album.
You're right.
Now, go ahead. What you were saying?
No, you good. I'm all right.
All right. Now, when it comes to artists, who do you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Well, to be honest, I'm obscure. I would ask for certain people. Everybody's like, yeah, I want to work with Jay-Z. I want to work with Eminem. I want to work with Chance the Rapper. Like, I want to work with some individuals before they actually die. Like, I would like to work with Phil Collins, Peter Cetera, which is a singer of Chicago. I think that'd be cool. Believe it or not, I would like to work with some boy bands, like even from like either J-pop or even here. Doing a track with the Backstreet Boys about something nerdy might be kind of sweet. You know what I mean? like think about all those harmonies. Think about those harmonies. Goku turns Super Saiyan, yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
You are.
You know, it'd be funny to do something.
Hokage.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else?
Well, I would say like if it came to certain, let me see. Well, I'm pretty much like on the old school stuff. I wouldn't mind working on like a Mary J. Blige or, a Monica or even Missy. Make something, really dancey and dope. And of course, everybody would like to work with Royce or F, which is happening soon. So I can't wait. So other than that, man, it'll be pretty dope.
You ain't just gonna slide past that, my nigga. What you mean?
Yeah, I know, right?
My nigga.
You got that?
Heard you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
It's all good, my nigga.
Feel you.
Now,
I'm chilling.
I got you. Nigga don't want to give us the exclusive and shit. It's all right, though. Now, when's your next project coming out? What you working on now?
Well, I just got 2 projects done, actually down. One of them's actually called the Super Pack. So the way I did that is like a DLC series thing. Back when, like when Halo 2 did the Map-pacular and the Kill-tacular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they combine like regular, like big, exciting adjectives, but they put kill or something stupid that has something with the game with it.
Right.
And I was also a trading card head. Like I did play the card game Yu-Gi-Oh! I did do that.
Okay.
I did do that.
Yu-Gi-Oh's all right. It's Magic the Gathering that I got a problem with.
yeah, pretty much. Now, Magic the Gathering took way too much, man. I'm not gonna put down 45 land cards to put up one monster to lose. Now I'm straight, bro.
I'm good, nigga.
Yeah, but the Super Pack, the way I did the cover, it looks like I'm holding a trading card, but the trading card is like the cover of the All Spark. So it's like the downloadable content of that album, like like an extended version of one other track or things that didn't end up being on the project. So that's what I did.
Okay. Now, real quick, I forgot to ask the Power Glove. Is that a real Power Glove or like a replica?
No, that's the real thing, bro. It's a real Nintendo Power Glove. Yep, and the journey in the album is to find a left-handed one because it never existed.
Now, where the fuck did you find a Power Glove? Because when I go to like these retro stores, they never have the Power Glove, or it's like, oh, they had it, they sold out, and the person's trying to resell it on eBay for like $3,000.
What I was able to do was I did do some scavenging on eBay, but I also found it in the store. We got a lot of retro video game stores and things like that here. And the thing is, you got to find the one that's obscure. One of the other things that's hard to find, believe it or not, is a copy of Def Jam's Fight for New York for PS2.
Nigga, I got that.
That's actually hard to find, believe it or not. So
yo, how much you want
look up and see. I mean, I think I paid $50 for it.
Oh, okay.
And it was sealed in the
keep
pack.
that shit. Nah. Played that shit like 3 months ago. Whoop these niggas' asses.
Cheated.
Relax, nigga.
Cheated. He the only nigga who had the game.
Yeah, he had to play through that shit, so he was advanced.
Everybody go check out our YouTube. These niggas jumped me.
Man, we gotta
still
run that
whoop
back.
their ass.
Run that shit back.
Yeah, all right. See if that happens again, nigga.
Yo, it's the... You know what? We on the phone with Mark Cooper. I ain't fucking with you. But Mark, so where can they find you at? Where's your music located? Your social medias and all that good stuff.
Well, the best way to find me is It's Mark Cooper. So you type in ITS Mark Cooper, you'll find everything you need to know about me.
Okay, cool. All right, so fellas, anything I want to ask? Anything I want to say? Any closing statements?
I got one question. Like, we used to be a producer, right? You used to sell your beats, correct?
Yeah, I'm still a producer to this day.
Now,
I'm actually scoring a film at the same time.
Yeah. Now, when you produce your beats, right? Don't you figure them just like as your baby, right? So, don't you hate when you give them to somebody? You be like, oh, this nigga about to rip this shit. Then he give it back like,
some trash.
Trash.
Yeah, I've been there every single time, man. Like, sometimes I'll get something back, and then like just for the GP of it, because I'm like in the meme. I play the Evil Morty song.
Oh, that's just terrible, man.
But I mean, yeah, but I've had that before when it comes to, like selling the beats. You hear it back, I'm like, yeah.
It was cool. It was cool.
The fee for that beat is
That's like handing a child up to foster care to come out crackhead or some shit. Like, what the fuck happened?
What's my kid doing in jail?
Pretty much like, what the fuck happened?
Fuck
man.
That kind of it's better off with me.
Right.
So, Mark, man, we appreciate you calling in and chopping it up with us, man.
I appreciate you guys inviting me on the show, man. I'm a huge fan, like huge fan.
Oh, thank you.
I really appreciate it. It gets me through work when people talk to me and I want them to shut up.
Wait, did you listen to it before or after BlurCon?
After.
It was actually after.
Oh, okay.
Once you guys showed me that you guys did the podcast, I did that and I went back and listened to all the other episodes. So it was really cool when you got to interview the guy from Thundercats. That was pretty awesome.
I ain't never listened to that.
Yeah.
Like I got a chance to look at all of it. Like all the Hester stories are crazy, and just the resignation. It just makes me feel like I'm talking to you guys on a regular. So it's just like a conversation value. So I really, I really dig into it.
Yeah,
appreciate
I really
that, man.
enjoy it. That's why.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, man. So you got an open door policy. Anytime you want to come on here and promote something, you want to talk about something, man. Anytime, yo, just hit us up and we'll accommodate and chop it up with you again.
Awesome. They're definitely awesome. There's a lot of people that I turned on to you guys, so they're really enjoying what you're doing.
Word, man.
For what I've been hearing.
Oh, tell them I'm sorry.
Appreciate That's just okay. We gonna get you a hug one of these days.
We got him ass dance.
Yeah, we tried, but it's whatever. All right, Mark, appreciate you. I'll talk to you, my nigga.
All right, man, for sure.
All right, peace. And that was our interview with Mark Cooper. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to Nerdcore Hip Hop. Shout out to him for holding shit down. Appreciate you, my nigga. It shows that our BlurCon experience was not in vain. We actually, made some new fans. Well, not fans, listeners. We actually did something when we went there. So now it's that part of the show where I'm ready to get the fuck out of here because this nigga Hesh.
Why is it me?
No, it's you, nigga.
Oh, today it was you. Today it was you.
Fair enough.
So picks.
Yeah, dude.
What we got for picks, man?
Never
seen that show. No.
Me neither.
That shit come on Hibbity?
Yeah, Hibbity.
Oh, come on
Hip hop. The hip hop, don't stop. Anyway, so my pick is gonna be Digimon Sleuth. How the fuck? Oh, whatever. It's the fucking Digimon game on PlayStation. I forgot how you say that shit. It's some like Digimon Sleuth hacker.
Seizure, right?
Digimon Sleuth.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta find it because I can't. Yeah. Oh yeah, Digimon Cyber Sleuth hacker. That's what it was.
Sleuth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cyber Sleuth.
Cyber
Oh,
Sleuth.
PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cool. It's like an RPG, and I got to fucking play with Digimon no homo.
Yo, did you?
I don't know what you had to say for that.
Yo, did you download Pokemon Masters?
Nah.
No, you ain't fucking.
Should I? It's on the phone, right?
Yeah.
No, maybe I'll do that later today.
It's cool. It's alright.
I might fuck with it.
Bob Alive. What's your pick, man? Get the fuck away from this nigga.
Something that's like surprisingly good. Dark Crystal.
Oh shit, you watched that?
Yo, that shit's fire. That shit fire.
Shout out to Jim Henson, man.
Yo, that shit, but he dead though.
He dead.
Yeah, I know he did.
But
it's still just Jim Henson creation.
Yeah, that shit better than the original shit.
What?
I
would hope so.
Cause all right, when I was first watching it, right, I was like, all right, this is like, this shit look like Team America. Fuck yeah, that's what it looked like. But then, but then when you get into it in the story and shit, like they got CGI in it now, right?
Yeah.
And the CGI budget is kind of high. So when you get the CGI with the puppets, that shit look official.
That shit dope.
Yeah,
I gotta watch that shit, but I don't want to watch that shit alone.
I don't know, watch it with your daughter. So
I mean, they got ADD, so I don't know.
Yeah, but that shit hot though. The story's hot. Like basically, it's about this dark crystal, you know, that big old crystal, and these things called Skeksis. Them bird ass niggas, them bird ass niggas, right? And they about to die. They supposed to be immortal, but they die and their time is up. So basically, they're like, we gotta live. And they was like, who's the closest to the crystal? Because the crystal's like God in a way. So the Gelflings be, you know, they're like not slaves, but they praise the crystal, so they're more in tune to the crystal than them, right?
Yeah.
And they do this thing called what is it? Dream fast with me or some shit like that. When they put the hands together, you can see their visions and shit. But anyway, they took one of the Gelflings and then put him in front of the crystal, right? He's like, give him your essence. And then the crystal was just like absorbing him. He's like, give him more. And then pushed her into it and just absorbed her into it. And the main character, Rian, he's seen it. He's like, And then like, like she went in the crystal, whatever, and they made a machine, the scientist, and then what came out was, I guess it was fucking, I don't know, scissor or some shit. Like
scissor. All right, man.
It was the Gelfling essence or whatever. They drunk that shit. It was like, how is it? Like, yeah.
See?
That shit was like hypnotic. So they was drinking that shit like, yeah, we need more.
But it be me.
What?
This nigga said a puppet got turned to scissor. But it be me.
Man, shit, it was some kind of Jesus juice that they was loving it.
I fucking calm down there, weed. What the fucking nigga name was?
Yeah, that shit is surprisingly good.
No, the Jesus juice?
Yeah, and it's a series. Like I was watching that shit, I was like, damn, what?
See, y'all told me to let Hesh say what he want, and then when I do, we gotta bleep shit out. Oh fuck, man.
Yeah, but go check that out.
All right.
What's your pick?
Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. Yep.
My pick is the Dave Chappelle special, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, as a nigga that wants to do stand-up comedy, that's the blueprint for stand-up comedy in my eyes as of right now. So I watched that shit about 3 times. I might watch it again when I get home just so I can study and laugh some more just to look at the sheer fucking brilliance of this man. But Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones on Netflix. Go watch it. Go enjoy it. Go be offended by it. What the fuck is wrong with you, my nigga? Twice.
Sorry.
Your phone is not on fucking silent.
It is on silent, but I was looking at. Yeah.
Anything else, man?
Stories. That's it. Looking at these hoes.
Bobby, hey, I'm done. Bobby. Anything else, Bob?
That's it.
All right, so Ninja Vanish. I'm only put 2 sound effects in here too. You can walk. Ninja Vanish. We out of here.
Yo!